growing up, I was one of the what do they say, high achieving students academically. To put that into context, I was SLC, School Living Certificate, SLC is All Nepal Board third.
Third?
So I was third.
Out of how many?
Out of 500,000, that's 500,000 examinees.
Out of 500,000 students, you're third.
Yes.
That's good.
That is really good, dude. I don't know.
I scored really well.
No, man.
Grade 11 in the science stream, I was HSCB, the board they call it. Science stream, I was board 5th. I was 5th all across Nepal. So suffice it to say, I was good in academics. Curriculum-wise, it was, I would say, relatively easier here. The first couple semesters, it wasn't harder curriculum-wise. The academia part, I could do it. I think most people find those 2 semesters really easy because they have studied a lot of calculus back home, right? You study physics, especially for engineering, calculus, physics are the required core classes, and you already do that in high school. So those would be easy. What's harder would be, I think, the critical thinking kind of classes. So English writing, it's really different the way we're taught. We were taught back then, because I do not know how the situation right now in Nepal is. It's probably gotten a lot better. But the way we're taught is once let's talk about an essay, right? Once you hit a certain number of line, you change paragraphs. That's how we were taught in Nepal about essays.
Yeah.
But here it's structured. It's really structured. You need to have a topic sentence. You need to have a thesis of your entire essay, and then in the thesis you should have 3 different ethos, and on those 3 ethos you have to build your next 3 paragraphs. Each ethos should also come with a pathos where you give examples, and you give logos, you give logics, right?
And you have to stay within that topic too.
Yes, you have to stay on the topic. And what they say, if you remove the best line in your essays, you make the best essay.
It's
Hoover.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
FDR has to be
the best president of the United States of America.
He was the one who initiated the Social Security Act, which benefited a lot of people.
You know what the crazy thing is? Franklin D. Roosevelt was a democratic socialist, and he was the best president at that time.
Yeah.
He kept getting into power because people loved his policy because he kept doing it for the people. He had a tax nominal rate of 75% for the ultra rich.
Yeah.
And that helped fund Social Security, that created Social Security because he wanted to help the working class, because he was the only president to hire the most amount of U.S. citizens for the government at that point in time during World War II.
Reaganomics did not work clearly since 1980s when he started.
It's called Reaganomics.
Reaganomics, yes. A lot of money has been
lost,
extracted from the poor and middle class to the rich ones. So that.
Okay.
1991 December is the Independence Day. That's when Ukraine put in their constitution that they're a separate part from USSR.
Is it a fact or a myth?
But I'm trying to think what the USSR position would be.
Well, USSR also collapsed at that point, so it's not really Russia.
Welcome to News, Nonsense, and more. News, nonsense, and more.
Welcome to another episode of News, Nonsense, and More. So this is a pretty different episode that we have today. We've had some fun in the past 2-3 episodes, got to know people, different culture from Ecuador to, international students from Nepal. Also how Riza came from from Nepal to France and then here, the differences. Aisha from Mandala, how she kind of came here as a kid and grew her empire, basically. But today we're going to have to do something, different. We're going to go more towards someone that we have co-collabed with on the channel, on the news segments, which we're obviously trying to do more often. But we haven't had time to go because, he's a father and I'm busy and, we got bills to pay and stuff. But regardless, this is going to be an episode where we're going to talk about, politics. We're going to talk about the news aspect of it because that's something that we both enjoy. So with that being said, I want to welcome Pawan.
Thank you so much, Dai.
Yeah,
thank you so
much. Facts and Opinion, yeah.
Thank you, News, Nonsense, and More. Both of you guys, thank you so much for having me here. I'm really excited.
I know we've been talking about doing podcasts for a while now, but
Yes.
with your newborn, it's been pretty tough, right? Just
Yeah.
to even do the segments too has been pretty tough.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's hard to find time for me to even do my own regular content right now, but I've been finding time here and there. And since we were talking about this before, since the days are longer, my
Mhm.
little one wants to stay awake until 10 p.m.
10
So
p.m., yeah.
when he goes to bed, then we have half an hour
So
time
much
to ourselves.
energy.
Yeah.
You don't give sugar, man.
Oh yeah.
Don't give him sugar.
Oh,
You cannot give him
no sugar. Dude has all the energy without sugar.
Yeah, imagine you give him like one candy.
No, not at least until he is 2. He is 21 months old right now, so 3 months, but we don't plan to
All right.
anytime soon.
That's good. But before we continue, we also I want to do a PSA, a public service announcement to our channel. 80% of you watch our channel, but have not subscribed. Please subscribe to our channel so we can have amazing guests like Pawan, Riza, Aisha, and so on and so forth within the community, and even Catalina from other communities. So that way we can also grow this channel. We want to grow it organically. We want to make sure that's for the people, community members. If you guys want to come on, that's great too. But what we would like for you to do is please subscribe to your channel. Not only subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay? But subscribe. Okay? But that's your public service announcement.
Do it, guys. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, I know, right? What are you guys waiting for? Please do it. Come on. I'm burning cash here. But yeah,
He's
let's.
not kidding.
Yeah, literally not kidding. But let's go on. So I know you run the channel Facts and Opinion, right? And we went through Dilip,
Yeah.
right? Which was good. You know,
Yes.
Dilip is also one of those characters.
First video of
First
yours.
video, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy. He came on the first video. It was fun, and we've always like talked when he used to live with me
Yeah.
at my house. Like we would have our podcast sessions literally on the dining table, discussing so many different things.
He
And we
had
were like, we
mentioned-
need to do a
yes.
podcast. We need to do a podcast. And it was just fulfilling to make sure that he was the first guest, because we've always had like fun discussions, and and then obviously him introducing you to us is also one of the I guess it was a good thing for us to kind of give our journey structure, because when me and Mike decided to do this, it was just like, you want to do it? All right, let's do it. But with that being said, I think it's great having you on. I think you started the journey a little bit way before us, right? So you kind of had a lot of input to give us too, and all that stuff, which was great and very helpful. But today we want the audience to also know who you are. So we've co-collabed in a bunch of mini videos. But tell the audience who you are. Like, how did Pawan become Pawan in America, and what got you to do Facts and Opinion in your journey, basically?
Okay. Thank you. So, namaskar, namaste, sabaijanalai. Thank you so much, Susanda, again, for having me here. I'll first start with the bio. Like we just talked, I'm a father first. I put that up top because me and my wife, he's the centerpiece of our life, and we build everything around him. Our schedule go around him. His need is the supreme
leader.
Yeah, he's the supreme leader of us. Quite literally, dude is a menace to deal with. I love him to bits. But yeah, that's the first primary thing that I'm really proud of. I'm a husband, son, a sibling. That's the core of my being. I love to love the people around me, so that's where I get all my energy. I get all my source of inspiration from. And if I'm going professionally, I'm a mechanical engineer trained with master's degree and bachelor's degree, both in mechanical engineering from UT Arlington. And I did my master's from Purdue University in Indiana. But let's go back to the origin story of the villain, right?
Yeah, origin story of the villain. No, what they say. You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain, right? But depends on who you're a villain for. But go ahead.
Yeah, kind of poetic, that one, but it doesn't apply here. I think you briefly talked with Dilip about this before, so I'll give my own version of this. Dilip was the first video of this channel, and I watched in its entirety. It was fun, not just because the dude talked about me. Dilip is one of my really good friends. It's a really good presence to be around. But let's go back to 2011, 2012. That is when I was in Nepal doing my high school studies. And growing up, I was one of the, what do they say, high achieving students academically. To put that into context, I was SLC, School Living Certificate, SLC is All Nepal Board third.
Third?
So I was third.
Out of how many?
Out of 500,000, that's 500,000 examinees.
Out of 500,000 students, you're third.
Yes.
That's good.
That is really good, dude. I don't know.
I scored really well.
All right, man.
Grade 11, in the science stream, I was HSCB, the board they call it. Science stream, I was board 5th. I was 5th all across Nepal. So suffice it to say, I was good in academics. And the society, everybody around you tells you once you're that good in studies, the natural progression for you is to become a doctor, to go to the medicine field.
I see.
Right? That's the way of upward social mobility for people in Nepal, right? And they may be right? They may be correct in that, but it wasn't for me, but we'll get there in a minute. So I once I was done in 2013, I was done with my high school studies, and then now I want to get ready for entrance exams, go to the medicals. Not quite TOEFL and whatnot, but for medical you would have to study this intensely competitive entrance exams for Ministry of Education, for Institute of Medicine in TUTH, that's teaching hospital in Tribhuvan University. Those are really competitive. All in Nepal, 2013. Okay. And I'm doing that, and also I have applied to. I've also applied to several other scholarship opportunities. So what falls into my lap, let's say, because of my good academic history, is the scholarship from Bangladesh Embassy to study for free in Bangladesh. This MBBS, right? They call it MBBS back home.
I see where this is going.
Yeah, it's coming back to you.
Guy.
Yes, I'm the guy. Yeah. This is coming back to you, right?
Damn.
So I'm in Bangladesh. I got this scholarship opportunity. I went to Bangladesh. I went there in 2014, March 24th. I remember the day. They had already started school back in January 20th. So I'm a little bit late, but I'm catching up. I've caught up. And what we are going through is a intense education, but it's all in Bengali.
Wow.
Mostly, not all. But if you go ask questions in English, they say Bangla bujhte paro nai. That just means you don't understand Bengali. You should learn Bengali, right? But I've just literally been in the country. There is no way for me to learn Bengali so fast.
Yeah.
But I would eventually get there because I had seen my seniors, they were speaking fluent Bengali. It would happen. It's very close to what Nepalese language is. So it's easier to learn, but there's a learning curve. It takes a while. So I'm adjusting to the language side. This course structure, this medical field is not what I was hoping it would be for me, right? It's amazing. It's great to learn about human body, human anatomy, biochemistry, and physiology. Those are the first 3 subjects in the first semester, let's say, first year. I'm going through that, but it's not as fun for me. I'm not enjoying to my bits. And while that's happening on the side, I'm looking at different systems. I'm looking at buses. I'm calculating center of gravity for that bus in front of me. I'm looking at a phone. I'm thinking about, okay, how this phone works. I'm thinking about the embedded systems inside it. So my mind is technologically inclined, tech and engineering. And one of these days, I talked to my friend Lakshman Chapagan. He was also my counterpart back in Bangladesh. We're the 2 Nepalese dude in that Sir Salimullah Medical College in Dhaka, and he's the only Nepali guy in my batch, right? And what we are doing is we are really close. So we talk to each other about everything. And then one of the days we were on the rooftop of the hostel. And I tell him, I'm not enjoying this, man. This doesn't sound like this is for me. And he goes, that's what I have found out about you too. I think you have more of an acumen in engineering field, be it computer science, computer engineering, could be mechanical. I don't exactly know that world, so that's up to you. But I also agree that you're better suited for this than what you're currently doing. And yeah, I had this feeling, and I talked to him about it. But we reached to the first term examination. We're giving the examination. It was multi-days examination. It was, I think, 4 or 5 days. These are the memory that I've suppressed for years. So I don't exactly remember how many days of exams it was. 3 subjects, 3 labs. So I'm guessing there are 6 exams. But one of these days after the exam, it's my routine to go take a nap before I study for the next exam. Lakshman is different. He studies early morning and sleeps early at night. I sleep after the exam and I stay late until the night. Then he comes to me, I think kicks me or he yells at me, says, "What the hell are you doing? Tomorrow is the hardest exam we may have so far and you're sleeping. Why are you spending your parents' money like that?" And he has really good interest in his heart, right? I love him for it. And I think, yeah, you're right. What am I doing? Even though it was scholarship, living in Bangladesh isn't free, right? You would have to pay for it. It's really cheap though. It's it's just like Nepal. It's cheap, and it's not like my parents couldn't afford it. They could, but yeah, he put me this sense of urgency that I need to do something about it because I should not spend my time like this if I'm not willing to put in the hard work, go do the extra mile, and become the best doctor I could be for my patients in the future. Yeah, right, and then. There is another really good role model of mine, Parshuram Busali is my best friend. He's already in that time he's already in America. He's studying he started his bachelor, I think. It was August. So I talked to him and I asked, "How is US?" And he says, "It's good. You are a reasonably smart guy. You could. I see no reason why you couldn't make it here. So if you put your heart and mind into it, you could be here. You could do." The same path I am in. He's taking mathematics, I think, in Mississippi University, in Mississippi, and he says, "Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't. You can." So he just gives me a go ahead, and it's not like he doesn't say, "Oh, America is bad," right? So now the first term exam is over, and we haven't gotten our results yet. But that's not the point. We have this 1 month break after the first exam and the classes begin. So we both, me and Lakshman, we pack our bags, come back home. And I have thought to myself that this is the time I'll talk to my parents. Okay. That I'm leaving medical. And this is a huge deal. So people who do not know the background of Nepal, being a doctor, going into medical field is the...
epitome.
Yeah, is the epitome of students... destiny, right? And it's a profession that's put into pedestal. Literally, people call you God in Nepal if you're a doctor. So that's how respectful this profession is. And I find some heart. It's a really hard conversation. I first talked to my mom.
Always the mom.
Yeah, always the mom. Then she goes, "Are you crazy? What are you trying to do to us?" And he's yelling
to us.
She's yelling. Yeah. She is not. She's not. I can understand where she's coming from. Yeah, I would do the same probably. But yeah, it was a really hard conversation. I talked to my mom. Later, my mom told my father, and they both talked to me. Now I'm trying to make sense to them. I don't think this is for me. I think I should do this. I would be a really good engineer if you guys trust me. And I think, and I haven't said I'm going to America for this. I've said I will do it in Nepal if you want me to. I'll go to IOE, Institute of Engineering from TU, or I'll go to Dhulikhel for that's where KU teaches its engineering. I would do anything, or I could go to America too. But I will leave that call to you. But I really want to leave medical studies and go to the engineering. That's a hard conversation. I do not think we amicably agreed to anything. Okay. But my father says, if you want to do it in a way that we can respectfully put our head high in the society, right? That's all about.
Because that's the most important.
That's the most important things, right? You understand it, and I see where he's coming from. I totally agree. So he says, so do not do it in Nepal. Will not be able to justify that my son left MBBS to do engineering in Nepal. Nobody will believe it. Yeah. Do something better. Aim for America. Okay. Then what I do is, okay, I'm happy. I have bought SAT books to take the exams. SAT is required to have scholarships. Back then it was required. Right now it is not in most universities because of the COVID.
Yeah.
But it was required back then. It was really hard. I think they made it a little bit slightly easier in 2015 January.
What year was this?
This is 2014 now. So
2014.
2014 March, I go to Bangladesh. 2014 August, I come back from Bangladesh. I stay in Nepal for a month or so, and then I go back to Bangladesh to pack my bags for one last time.
Wow.
I went there within 3 or 4 days. I pack everything that I have, and anything valuable. It's funny. Valuable was a skeleton that we had to buy to study anatomy.
Like a person?
Yeah, person. That's a human
Dang.
bone. You would have to actually have. I mean, they may have prosthetics now to demonstrate that, but it was actual human bone that we had
Did that
bought.
scare you?
It did not.
Damn. That would freak me out, Mike.
You could do magic with that, voodoo magic.
So, because you would have to understand each fissure that you would find in a bone, you couldn't do it with a artificial one. It's hard to recreate that. It was back then. Now I think 3D printing has gone so far ahead, and 3D scanning has gone so far ahead. That's 100% possible. But back then in Bangladesh, this is not one of the most technologically advanced country anyway, right?
Yeah.
They may still be doing through actually human bones.
Damn, crazy.
But that's the most expensive thing I have.
You have it till now?
No,
You sold it?
No, I did not.
How much did you buy it for?
27,000 taka.
How
Or
much?
was it
how
18,
much is it?
19,000? 27,000 taka is close to 30,000 Nepali rupees of back then.
So like
Okay.
$200 roughly?
Yeah, roughly.
Maybe with inflation,
Yeah.
maybe around
I don't know what the exchange
50,000
rate is right now.
Nepali.
You know what's crazy though? Like smart people think differently. Pawan is like talking just like, oh my god, like for me as a normal person, like human bones, like you lived in, it didn't bother you, but you're like completely thinking of it from an academic point of view, and it's crazy. But go on.
Like you said, it was a I think a little bit of adjustment in the beginning, but I saw it on the table of people's table, just starting with a skull right here. There's a book here, and they're just looking at it like it's nothing, right? And you get used to it. It's this surrounding that makes you, I guess, numb to that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Medical
wow.
students like joke around with those skeletons, like playing drums and all.
I don't know. About
Just
that.
joking.
That's crazy, man. That's someone, but yeah.
Yeah, we did not do that. I was respectful.
Disclaimer.
But I just so that skeleton, I just left it to Lakshman. Said, you use it, you sell it whenever you can sell it. Give me the money back if you can. I said, give me the money back. But later, I think he bought a DSLR of it. He did not give it to me. Lakshman, give me my money back.
He needs that DSLR. He needs that
No,
brand new
just kidding.
DSLR.
Yeah, I think he said thank you so many times. I don't need that money.
Yeah.
But yeah, point is, it was a hard conversation. I came back with with all my belongings, bar the bone, but the bones, he kept it. And I started studying for SATs. I don't think I talked to my parents for a few months after that, because they wanted me to stay in Bangladesh while studying. That's what that was another condition of theirs. They wanted me to stay in Bangladesh so that it's easier for them to face society. Let's say I do not blame them at any point of this conversation. I fully understand where they're coming from, and it's harder to be in Nepal, in a society where everybody knows about everything about everybody.
Yeah.
And people talk, and it's hard. As much as you want to think that you should not care about other people's opinion, we are wired that way, right?
Yeah.
Human beings are wired that
Especially
way.
South Asian culture.
Yeah, I think it's also, we're maybe digressing a little bit, but this is also something innate in us that we have gotten from back when we were uncivilized, when we were in jungle. Because if the tribe outcasted us, then we will not be able to survive a single day in the jungle, right?
that's true.
So we have that kind of wired into us to other people to like us.
Yeah. We need like gratification or acceptance, right?
Yeah, it's not born out of social media or anything. It's always been there since the beginning of time. So I totally understand where they're coming from. So I come back to Nepal even though they do not want me to. They did not send me plane ticket to buy. They did not send me money to buy plane ticket from Dhaka to Kathmandu. I loaned it out from a friend, and they paid them later on. They had to. I mean, what option do they have? What option do they have?
That's even worse in society, right?
Yeah.
You played the
So
card. You
they,
played
they,
that
pay,
wild
they
card.
paid it the other day, another day. But I came back to Kathmandu and started studying for SATs. Did TOEFL. Got a really good score in SATs. Got a almost full scholarship, the Presidential Charter Scholarship in UT Arlington. Applied to a few universities, but UT Arlington gave me the best deal. I had to have to pay $1,300 a year to study for full time, right? The 30
Wow.
credits for $1,300. That's not bad.
That's cheaper than most
for
U.S. citizens.
Yes.
Students.
So we would qualify for in-state tuition as soon as we had at least $1,000 scholarship. I had gotten a $1,000 scholarship back then,
Wow, okay.
and by the second year, I had already applied to so many other scholarships that I was now getting paid back in my account to register for classes.
Nice.
So that I really lucked out on that. I wrote essays and applied to many
Before you
scholarships.
continue, what was your SAT score?
Out of this, so UTA considered composite score. It was 1310, which doesn't sound much.
Was it still like
out
the
of 1600,
right?
out of
Yeah,
600,
yeah.
1310. So
Before
it was,
they changed it, or
yeah,
'cause I
it was
think they
right
changed it,
before
right?
it changed it. I think we were probably the last ones to give. We gave the exam in 2014 October. Dilip and I gave the same exam, and 2015 January they changed it to
2100, something like that.
No, they did not change this. Did they change the scoring? I think what they changed was there is no negative marking and there is no writing section.
Okay. Then again, I'm also looking back to a long time ago because I'm
I totally get it.
significantly older than him. So, I remember it used to be like 1600 or and then they had upped it to like 2000. Maybe they brought it back
So
down. Maybe
it was 1600 composite score. That's where they count your mathematics, the quantitative, and they count your reading skills, the reading comprehension, critical thinking they call it.
Yeah.
It was 1600. And there was a writing section that would be, I think that would total it to 2400. But most universities only consider the composite score because that's in their book the judgment of how good they can do in academia in their
how you
program.
represent them and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so it wasn't great like 1500 out of 1600. It wasn't great. It was 1310. UTA required 1200 for the highest tier of scholarship, and I got in, and I was really proud of it.
How much did Dilip get?
No, I will not say that here.
I nearly got you. Nearly got you. But yeah, no. I mean, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have this stuff ready. So, how much you can get these human
God.
bones for? $549.
That's just a head?
Yeah.
And you get
Just
the whole.
half-
You had the
half-
whole.
half the- half the head.
We had the whole thing. Yeah, it's really expensive in this
So
website.
they had, I think, no, it's America. So America, it's a little bit more expensive over
exactly.
here. So you can get a bone for 100, 125.
Oh my God.
For the real human,
Single
like
bone, wow.
full, like
$4,000?
And for the whole human head,
You
it's
should have brought it with you, dude.
2,200.
You should have brought it with you.
I would not be able to get through the customs.
Customs, right? At that point, like, what is going on here? But okay, so
Interesting.
scholarship in UTA, and you're making money from them.
Yeah. Not. I wouldn't say I'm making raking in the money, but I was getting paid. At least in a semester, I'd be getting few $100s in my account, and then with my in school on campus job, it would make more than enough for my living because I wouldn't have to pay any
It's
tuition
more
fee
like a
and-
stipend.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's really good. Like, you don't. I mean, you normally don't meet people like, that's, and I wouldn't have like thought like, you never mentioned this before, so
Yeah,
I'm hearing this for the first time.
This felt like a very good opportunity to talk about
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. Just so tell the whole world how smart you are.
No,
I'm just kidding.
humble brag.
No, humble, definitely humble. Like, he's very humble. This, I would not have known. But
Thank you.
okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so what got you? Okay, so you already knew you wanted to do something with technology.
Yeah.
But mechanical engineering, you said,
Yes.
was kind of like.
Yeah, so in high school, when we were doing the physics, chemistry, biology classes, I really enjoyed the physics part of it, especially the mechanics side. Whenever the object drops, you calculate its velocity, you calculate its how much impact does it put on this surface. That kind of fascinated me, and I was really quick with those maths also. So I thought I really have an acumen for this. So to put, not to, yeah, again, another humble brag. So teachers would ask questions, numerical questions on the, in front of everybody. Then I just put into my calculator, not even have to write it down and spit the answer out. And they would think that do you have a book under there that you're cheating? And so I said, no, you should not ask the question from the book then. So I really understood that. I think this is where I could shine is the point. So,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, that's just brilliant because to be able to do those type of calculations, just understand it just by looking at it or listening to it, right?
yeah.
That
Mostly
just goes to
listening also.
show that you really are talented. I mean,
Thank you.
talent cannot be created. I mean, you can work hard to study all night and all, how some kids
Yeah.
study like 15, 16
No, we
hours a
did
day.
that too. I did that. We had to do that, especially coming from class 9, 10 in Nepal to high school in Nepal. High school and this 9, 10 are really big difference in curriculum wise. There's huge books in 11, and it's not like I've grown like 5 years older in between these 2 years. I've only grown 1 year. My brain is only so much mature, so I'd have to make up studying until late. I'm sure it was the same way for most of my colleague as well. I think it still probably is the same way, but they did change curriculum after we finished the high school. But it's been a while. But the point is, it was really hard. It's not like I did not dig my knee to work hard and get the grades, but yeah, I could see that I could do well in this field. That's how I thought about, okay, mechanical engineering, that's it. I'm not thinking about anything else.
Do you think like the way how education is set up in Nepal, that kind of helps as well? Just to because I remember the 3 years out in Nepal, I was like 7th, 8th grade. Like they were already doing trigonometry in 7th, 8th grade, which is crazy. And then I remember when I came here, and I went to high school, like 11th grade, they're just finally learning, You're talking about 7th grade to 11th grade. That's 4 years, right? So, and it's insane because in that 4 years, like I knew the basics. I'm not saying that I'm super smart, but you kind of remember those formulas and how it is, the basic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Sine, cosine, like whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And when I was in 11th grade, like I was in AP class, like physics AP, which is like the advanced classes. And it was insane because I'm here. I found myself tutoring some of the guys in school, and I'm not that smart. I'm not smart at all. But
You are
just
smart.
I mean, not like you, dude. Like I'm just like smart because in the sense of like I was able to learn it 4 years ahead of them, right? And then the interest, my interest was never
That's amazing,
there,
like
right? I mean,
4
but
years ahead. That's amazing.
but that's crazy, right?
For a young
Even-
mind. Yeah.
yeah, for a young mind, and when you're young, we always want to like absorb more, and our memory is a lot stronger.
Yeah. We pick things up a lot faster.
And just to like be able to be in that situation, I was like, oh my god, am I a super genius? But not really. It's just that it was I was a product of that environment in that 3 years. That it was insane for me to come over to the US and in 11th grade being able to teach some of these jocks that are like who like sucked at math, dude, like basic
Yeah.
like a square minus b square, like those type of formulas. They're like, what? How did that happen? It's insane. But there were some guys also in the US. Not saying that all of them are dumb, but there were some really, really smart guys.
For sure.
But to me, I think like those smart guys probably did it way before. Like they spent a lot of time.
Yeah.
And what I noticed is once you enter university, high school and university in the US,
Huge difference.
huge difference. And for you, like, I mean, you're already smart, but what was that transition? Like, did university just seem like it was harder, or was it just that you were so used to putting in that effort that, okay, no, I have to study 10, 12 hours, there's 15 hours. Like, like, did you see any differences?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Because so curriculum wise, it was, I would say, relatively easier here. The first couple semesters, it wasn't harder curriculum wise. The academia part, I could do it. I could, I think most people find those 2 semesters really easy because they have studied a lot of calculus back home, right? You study physics, especially if in engineering, calculus, physics are the required core classes, and you already do that in high school. So those would be easy. What's harder would be, I think, the critical thinking kind of classes. So English writing, it's really different the way we're taught. let's say we were taught back then, because I do not know how the situation right now in Nepal is. It's probably gotten a lot better. But the way we're taught is once let's talk about an essay, right? Once you hit a certain number of line, you change paragraphs. That's how we were taught in Nepal about essays.
Yeah.
But here it's structured. It's really structured. You need to have a topic sentence. You need to have a thesis of your entire essay, and then in the thesis you should have 3 different ethos, and on those 3 ethos you have to build your next 3 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Each ethos should also come with a pathos where you give examples,
Exactly.
and you give logos, you give logics, right?
And you have to stay within that topic too.
Yes, you have to stay on the topic. And what they say, if you remove the best line in your essays, you make the best essay. So that's the kind of teaching that we had never gotten. And then that was kind of eye-opening. Oh, this is how you should be writing. This is why my writing score sucked in SAT. Does it make sense? Because I thought I wrote a really good essay back home when I was giving this SAT exam. I wouldn't have given me any good score on that either, because I had no idea this is how you should write an essay. And there are other parts where you struggle, like history.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because
you don't know a lot about American history, and to take that in the first semester, you were just not figuring out the context and the society you're living in, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people have that context, but we did not. I'm thinking it's a little bit different right now, because America's this cultural export is so high that a lot of people know it from movies, series, and possibly from news, right?
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know who?
Yeah.
I'm guessing
We'll
a lot of people have a lot of background right now, but we back then did not. And it was not, social media wasn't ubiquitous like it is right now.
Yeah.
We did used to use Facebook, but right now nobody uses Facebook. They are all moved on to TikTok, and that's a very entirely different algorithm. Yeah, but the point is, I think it was yes and no to your question. Yes, it was easy in academia front for maths, physics, chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to other courses, soft sciences, let's say history, economy, I think English I mentioned, those were a little bit tougher. And the other tough part was to understand the language in the beginning, even though it's English. Understanding accent takes a while. Your ears need to be trained. Right?
How they say the word, spell the word.
Even, and even when you're talking, you would have to make a question that is legible, that's understandable to your professor.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you are not getting the answer that you're looking for. So yes and no to your question. It is easy. It is also hard.
What's fascinating is you found the hardest part for majority of the people easy, which is science, right, and math and doing the calculations. What you found hard was not because it was hard. It was more because you had to adapt to the society. You had to adapt to the system. You had to adapt to how your professors, think. Right? I think that was the hardest thing for you. It's like because if you're saying your English was hard, it's like, okay, how do I position this question, or how do I structure this question in order to receive the knowledge or the information that I want? Right? Because
I'll give you an example there. So when you say to your professor, we were taught for the division, we say x squared upon y squared, for example, right? Here they say x squared over y squared. So when in the beginning we said x squared over upon y squared, professor's like, what are you asking about? What are you talking about? And to understand that, okay, they do not say upon here. They say over. You got to learn that. You said system that brought me to this registration process. It was completely mind-boggling for me that I'm getting to choose my classes, register for it. Because
something as simple as that.
I studied in Bangladesh for a few months. I studied in Nepal for a few months. The curriculum there is designed for you. First semester, you take these classes. Second semester, you take these classes. You fail, you do it again. That's as simple as that. Here, so okay, here's your flow chart. Here's all the required classes you need. So you would have to finish these classes before you graduate. So figure out a way to graduate within 8 semesters so that you finish your prerequisites before you go to your core classes, your main classes. If you miss one course there, you may risk moving into 9th or 10th semester, because some courses are not only offered in a single semester.
Yeah,
right?
it's-
Not all courses
It's
are
only once
offered.
a year.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
all courses offered in both semesters. I think they do now in UT Arlington because it's grown. It's grown to become a huge university right now.
Yeah.
When we were starting in 2015, it was still growing, and I think there are a couple of classes that only were offered once a year. So yeah, you would have to be really careful about that. That was a huge shock to me.
Yeah.
What, I can register for classes by
See,
myself?
Yeah, you have to figure, because even in like Stony Brook University and Farmingdale University, when I went, it's like, when I used to get along with my friends, like, okay, what's your course? What's your pathway?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them were like, oh, I'll try to do all the hard classes by my second or third year.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I'll have my last final year, my senior year is going to be chill,
Yeah.
and then
Apply jobs,
yeah,
maybe.
apply jobs and focus on that, right?
Yeah.
And some of them's like, no, I want my first 3 years to be good, and I'll really work my butt off in the 4th year, so that way I'll be prepared for life
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
university. So there were so many different ways. Like it's so crazy that something as simple as what you're
Yes.
saying
Yes. It's a shock.
is a shock.
I truly understand the essence now that because that you're an adult, you should have control over your life, fully get it. But back when I was starting, I did not have that perspective. Hindsight is a beautiful thing. I understand it now,
Yeah.
but I did not understand it back.
Yeah, but it's like they're treating you like adults.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to give you the
No,
answers.
yes.
You need to be able to figure
Find
this out.
out.
Because that ultimately, that's what you kind of want in society, right?
For sure.
You want problem solvers.
Critical thinking,
Yeah.
problem solving. Yes.
Yeah. It's something as simple as picking your classes that kind of gear you up for life
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in the future.
Yes.
It
It does. It does in so many ways because once you make mistakes, you can live with it.
Yeah.
For example, I missed to register a class. I missed a deadline. I can live with that because I made a mistake.
Mm.
You can live with your own mistake, I think. You cannot live with somebody else making that mistake for you, which
Yeah.
will hurt you later. Because this way, at least I'm learning something. I'm getting a learning out of my mistake.
Yeah. And that takes me back to like how like some students will also like complain, oh, my guidance counselor didn't tell me anything. He should have told me this. He should have told me that.
Yeah.
But what they're failing to understand is like when you go into, what is it when you go to college the first time?
Advising,
Not advising, before you enter
orientation.
college, orientation, right?
Yeah.
So they tell you all these things,
They
right?
do.
They tell you all these things. They're giving you all the vital information. It's just that you're like this young, dumb kid that's not listening.
Naturally.
Yeah, which is fine, but
naturally.
but that's how important it is. Like once you go into college, those orientation things matter. Like
They
that's
do.
when you are your first steps into adulthood.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
if you're not paying attention to orientation, and then you somehow try to blame somebody else for your mistakes because you didn't pay attention, because guidance counselors are just there to give you tidbits of guidance.
That's it.
Yeah,
Some guidance.
Exactly, because they don't know your entire
No,
like.
they do not.
There's so many students, right? And they're taking so many different paths.
Yeah.
How will they ever know the solution to that?
They do not know your situation. They do not know you'd have to stay another semester. They do not know another semester would mean you not having a scholarship. They would not know what kind of other commitment you have besides education in your life. So they are not privy to all those information that you do. So yeah, it is absolutely upon you. But you would have to be graceful to yourself. You will make mistakes along your any kind of academia. Maybe it may be your life. It may be your relationships. Could be anything. You will make mistakes, but it's just you would hope you won't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that goes to a lot of like international students. Like this is things that you need to be accustomed to, because even someone as brilliant and talented as you in academics, right? That culture shock is big, because the entire time we're always told, oh, you need to study this, you need to do this. We're coming from a culture that we're being told what to do at all times, right? Like, hey, you need to be a doctor because you're third topper in SLC, right? And you finally realize, which is good, because because there's so many people who probably became doctors that didn't want to become doctors.
Right.
Maybe could have done so much better in other places, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's slowly changing, but I don't think it's changed that much in Nepal yet.
And then maybe those are the ones who are leaving surgical instruments inside patients after operation.
Yeah, I heard stories about that. Right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's sad, but
I mean, like, think about it, right? You want to have someone who enjoys what they do, rather
for
than
sure. Especially in that field where you would have to put in long hours, right? You would have to put really long hours to make decent money when you're starting off.
Yeah.
You want to make good money if you're a doctor. And it goes hand in hand that your lifestyle should also match your status, society status. So to do that, you would have to work extra hours. You would have to enjoy talking to patients. You'd have to empathize with them. That's, I think, one of the most important part of all of this. But I'm not a
There
doctor.
is actually a reason, like countries like Nepal, China push for doctors and engineers because they are the needed more in society.
Hmm.
If you see the facts, like I see people asking questions like, why do they teach us maths in like grade 7 or 6? Because the society doesn't know what you're gonna become. But these are much needed in any fields, right?
Yeah.
Whether you become engineer, doctor, programmer, anything.
Yeah.
You need those
Accountant.
mathematical equations, right?
Yeah.
Accountant. So this is the general concept. And Nepal, still we are lacking in proper engineers, proper doctors, and we are still limited, right?
Yeah.
And the country is just pushing towards like
I
producing
think
more.
I think that's not more. Again, this is just my opinion. I think that's more happening because the country itself is not creating the infrastructure. Because a lot of talent, like look at Pawan, like he's here in America, right?
Yeah.
He would have probably been a great asset to Nepal. But what does the Nepali government actually do for those brilliant people? They don't give them any like foundation
Yeah,
or structure.
the infrastructure is a total different topic. I'm just trying to say like they
For
are
society.
thinking towards providing more doctors and engineers and programmers for society. So
Yeah, no.
that's their logic.
Yeah,
That's
no,
it.
yeah.
I do get your point, but
Yeah.
they do absolutely want more doctors in Nepal, right? Because the doctor to patient ratio
It's really
is
high. Yeah.
humongous.
Really?
But they do not
Yeah, it's
treat
really high.
them like that. When they're interns, they're put into 24-hour shifts, 24-hour shifts.
24 hours. How are you going to function?
Exactly.
That's more
That's my question.
for the private companies than the government, though. The
Yeah,
private
but
companies
still,
make
you'd
them
have
do
to,
that.
You would have to make regulations such that you cannot work more than this many hours,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There is such rules here in America,
US,
right?
yeah.
Even the truck drivers cannot drive longer than 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could put something into the law, some regulations, some statutory guidance so that doctors are not put through the 24-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And it's a real, it's 24, it's their 24-hour shifts. I talk to my
I
friends
mean,
who are
even
doing
Uber
this.
does it. You can't
it's
drive
Even
alone, right?
nurses. So that's why most
Yeah.
of the nurses and doctors go abroad.
Yeah.
And even the talent is needed in other countries.
Exactly.
So they are producing engineers and doctors,
But they're not.
but they're
able
not.
to-
They have no
retain it.
methodology to keep them inside the
Yeah.
country. That's
Yeah.
it.
the retention and
The retention,
Yeah.
the retention is bad.
and that goes to like how the government is functioning at that point in time. You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
it is. But go ahead. So UTA, culture shock,
Mm-hmm.
and so how did graduation and how did that realization of, oh my God, I'm about to graduate and all that stuff?
Two things. UT Arlington really made me really good friends. So we had a lot of fun when we were in university, and I also met my soulmate, my love of my life, while we were.
Yeah, make sure you say that more often so she watches it.
Baby, I love you. The point of that story was because I left my MBBS, I got to do this engineering,
Mhm.
which was one of my interests, where my interests aligned. And I also met my soulmate, and then we had this little boy who I already said he's the centerpiece of our life.
Supreme leader.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
revolve our life around him. So there is not. I had not thought about this for a long while because I do not regret that whatsoever.
Mhm.
But when I made that decision, there was a lot of questioning from my friends. Of course,
Mhm.
I know they had best interest in their heart for me, but I was not sure. Sometimes I had a doubt, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but most of the time I was 100% sure this is what I want to do.
Mhm.
What worked out well, did my mechanical engineering, graduate with magna cum laude, graduated from the honors college
Mhm.
there. Also did an internship in Viking Range in Mississippi for 10 months. It's a company that makes wall ovens
Mhm.
and whatnot. Learned a lot there. And then eventually I went to Purdue University, which is one of the best mechanical engineering
Yeah.
school in the entire world. So it's Ivy adjacent in engineering. So really proud of that too. I got to go meet different people and talk to industry professionals, leaders, and then eventually moved on to industry with one of the bigger auto manufacturers, truck manufacturers in the world. So really proud of my journey.
No, man. I mean, like, it's just very, very. It's very exciting just to hear, like, that I'm first of all, I'm just glad that Nepal can produce like talent.
No, Nepal produces a lot of good talents
Yeah.
that are
And
working in
there are
different
many like me
Microsoft
here.
or
I'm
Google.
100% sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are many.
Thousands and thousands.
Even better than me.
It's just
Yeah.
that
More, to be honest.
it's sad to like.
I wouldn't judge like who's better, but
Yeah,
Nepal has produced
for
a
sure.
lot of like talented scientists
Yes.
and
Yes.
just like India, just
Yeah.
like India.
Yeah.
Just that like they haven't been able to keep that inside the country and make the country better.
and
you know?
not even that though. Like
They export it, even like from down to working in Saudi Arabia, human laborers
Mm.
to like talented, like professional human laborers. Nepal is just like out producing.
That's our
and-
greatest,
that's
export. I
export,
guess.
and that's how
Labor.
the money comes in Nepal
Yeah.
because they send it back to
Remitly it all the time.
remittance.
Yeah.
Remittance and whatnot.
It's no the thing is like it goes to show like the priority of the government, right? I think like India, like when India was finally like when, after separation, they were investing a whole lot on education.
Mhm.
And then when I look back at India's like history, you know, especially the IT hub, it was never the IT hub before,
Yeah.
right? It was more agriculture
Yes.
before, and then like and labor, like you said, and now they're one of the biggest leading, right, IT hub
Yes.
after the US.
Yeah.
A lot of big companies that are in the United States have
Mhm.
offices in India.
They invest in huge amounts.
They invested huge amounts of
Yes.
that. You know, like South India, like Hyderabad is
Yeah.
it's
Bangalore.
Bangalore. It's
yeah.
like it's amazing. It's as people don't really know about this, but it's like another like California.
Yeah.
Like it's another
what they
like
say.
that's what they say, and
I
it's
think-
clean. It's good.
It's also the government's policies that's making India the one of the best place for startups. They have
Yeah.
really good success rate for startups there.
Yeah.
I think than in America, if I'm not wrong, but I may be wrong on that. But,
Startups, but they bring it to America and they like
yeah,
they establish a
purchased
company
later on.
over here
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they get purchased over here,
Yeah.
both for China and India.
Yeah.
Those goes, and I think Nepal is just lacking behind because there's not enough like competition.
Mm.
Like in India, if a guy is studying like 12 hours a day, then the other guy is studying 14 hours. Then
Mhm.
the other guy is studying 6. In
Yeah.
Nepal, there's no competition. Like
Yeah.
no.
It's not like that. Yeah.
It's not like that in Nepal.
They're
In China
studying-
and India, it's too much
to
competitive.
get into IIT, that's the one of the best engineering
Yeah.
schools in the world. Students study since grade 6 or 7 to get into
18
IIT.
hours a day.
Yeah.
6 or 7
Say
grade.
from-
Yeah.
they start really young. For them, the high school.
That's how competitive. But Nepal is not. Even to get to the best universities in Nepal, it's not that hard.
It's not that hard for sure.
Yeah.
It's the ratio is not that.
Yeah.
Not that hard for him, but
No, it's not.
No.
I mean, I did not get
I
in
know, I'm
Nepal,
joking,
then,
I'm
so
I'm joking. But no, I mean, I think Nepal like has they have a gold mine. I feel like they just have to
Yeah.
somehow create that like structure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that foundation, because it sucks to know that you could have future leaders, you have future engineers who could create something in Nepal if given a grant from the government or something like
Yeah.
that, something small to put there on the map,
yeah.
right? And ultimately, those are the people that create those industries,
Mhm.
right? Or companies in Nepal that
Yes,
can
do
be
the
who
startups.
can do startups. And
Yeah.
I
Work
mean,
hard.
yeah, I mean, I was told like even the credit card is not even in Nepal. Like they don't allow you to use Nepal credit card outside the Nepal or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
because of
Dollar card.
different.
Yeah.
That's because of
Currency
different rule.
exchange is.
Yeah, but imagine if you did, like I mean, if you had startups, like it's all interconnected, right? But it's man, that's crazy. Like when I think about it. But let's get to the next one. Why? So smart guy doing all these crazy stuff, mechanical engineering stuff. Could have been a doctor, so on and so forth. Owned a real human skeleton.
Skeleton.
Facts and opinion. So, talk to us about what inspired you
Mhm.
for that, and because it's completely different
Yeah,
than
100%.
what you studied, right?
Yeah.
Or not so.
Yeah, I think I would say there are few factors that led me to Facts and Opinions and YouTube content creation journey. One of them, I would definitely and intentionally and very honestly say it's empathy. It's empathy for other people in a sense that how they routinely vote against their own interest,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Because they do not have understanding of the nuances, or they do not they cannot go beyond the headlines because either they have resource limitation, or they do not have time, or they do not just want to go beyond the headlines, right? And they keep voting for against their own interest, not just in America but everywhere across the world. So I was trying to. My hope is to build something, a content, a package that goes into that kind of detail, goes beyond the headlines, talks about the why behind the issues, and also looks at it from multiple sides, understanding psyche of different sides, and then elaborate that into a package that is digestible for common people who do not have time to currently go beyond and do the research by themselves.
Awareness.
Yeah. Could be awareness, could be just don't have time, could be they're just struggling for survival, right? You have to work so many hours in a day, you have to take care of family, and then you do not have enough time left to do your own reading into articles, go into the whys. That I would say is the primary reason I want to do this. There's a teacher inside of me that wants to really explore that part, teach people, have conversation with people where they are. And I think that's the hardest part on this content creation journey I've found, is to first to synthesize the news from different sources, and then to put it into words, articulate those thoughts into a way that is understood
by them,
by other common people.
Yeah,
let's say.
because the reading level in the United States is not that great. It's like a 6th or 7th grade level, right?
Yeah.
And if you go to
reading, critical thinking, both,
everything, right? You would think this it's just America is just like what we're shown on TV. Like it's amazing. They're brilliant people, scientists, crash landing.
There are those
shuttles on the moon, and like you destroying an asteroid, and you do like, oh my God, great minds, right?
Yeah.
In movies, but the reality is there's as much like the poverty here, and on a different level though.
Yeah.
It's not like poverty like in Nepal where like they're in a gaon, right? They're in a village and they may not have like a roof, or the house may not look like that. Here, poverty is in a sense like they are taking away their time from their lives, making them work
more and more, getting them less and less,
and take out that critical thinking aspect from their lives, because so many of them don't even go to university or college. You don't have that. Like, think about it, right? Being born in the United States of America and not being able to experience college, where you have to initiate your critical thinking skills in order to choose your classes.
Yeah.
You as an international student, when you did your journey here with scholarships, found that hard, right?
Yes.
Even though it's how academically like amazing you were,
inclined
right? Inclined you were in everything. And there are people who are born here who have the opportunity to go to school, don't even get an opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Life gets in the way. Sometimes they don't even finish high school, right? Sometimes it's their fault, sometimes it's not their fault. It's just the way they were brought up, the society they're living in, the upward social mobility that they were promised never came in, and they could not finish the thing that they were set out to do. That motivates me a lot. 3 years ago I started with Nepalese content. I wanted to do a little bit in Nepalese politics, because it's much worse than what in America is, right? I wanted to do that, but that one felt a little bit harder to research because I was living so far outside from the country. I'm not in that ecosystem right now.
Yeah.
So the news, you'd really have to go dig deep.
Yeah.
Right.
And plus
it's
it's
even
so
hard.
corrupted there. It's like on another level.
Yeah. It's a different level.
Yeah. You just can't even like over here, at least in America, you can understand it.
Yeah.
Over there, you just can't understand it.
Yeah. Here, there's a good hope that you can solve it.
Yeah.
Right.
Over there, it's just done.
Yeah.
Nepal is dead. It's like a dead man.
Dead in arrival.
Yeah, you're trying to like make him alive.
Yeah.
You can't.
He's like brain dead.
Yeah,
like
you
someone
cannot,
who's brain
like,
dead.
Yeah. It's
no,
really
you cannot
hard
do
sense.
anything.
I mean,
it's already dead.
No, I would say there's a glimmer of hope. I think like I've been hearing a lot about Balin and stuff. I think maybe a little glimmer of hope. You never know. And
Still dead though.
He's
That's like one nerve cell working.
Mike's given up. But that's what it is, right? Like it's a seed. You have to plant a seed somewhere. Like even for me, now we go into like the topic that we enjoy. Like for me, like I think my political journey kind of started when like Obama was coming. I was like, oh my God, this country is changing. Like 2008, and it was like change, and I thought it was the best thing ever, right? But then when Trump came in 2016. Right, but before 2016, before that general election, I was then introduced to Bernie Sanders.
Mhm.
Right?
Bernie
I
or
was
bust.
Bernie or bust, you know. But no, I'm not that crazy, Bernie. But you still have to you still have a responsibility, even though if you don't get your way, you don't want to be a hard loser, right? Just because it doesn't go your way, doesn't mean that you make it worse. And that's something I would tell everybody. Just because you lose don't be a sore loser,
I agree.
right? But when I was introduced to Bernie, I had no idea democratic socialism, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's communism, is this?" And it's so simple to Google something, right? And when I heard about Bernie, about $15 minimum wage, about healthcare for all, right?
Still says the same thing.
Livable wage, still saying the same thing. And then I learned about him, that dude's been saying it for
34,
30
50 years.
It's been so long.
I think it's since 1981, if I'm not wrong.
And the main thing, taxing the rich.
Yeah, tax the rich.
Yeah,
Because the money they are earning, it's just going up. Means they're not getting taxed, man. 200 million, 200 billion, 100
we'll get there. We'll get there. Trust me. That's the journey. Like when he educated me at least. And I'll give a big shout out to my friend Fawad Siddiqui. Like he was the one. Because at that point in time I was like, oh, Hillary Clinton, because I had the Bill Clinton idea. Like I was seeing him, and when I'd come over here in the US in 1996, and when we were doing our travels, when we were deciding, okay, you know what, we want to be here and all that stuff. And then when I moved here completely from my high school and stuff in 2001, I think George W. Bush had just won in 2000. But before that, I would see the news of Bill Clinton, how he created jobs. He was the only president in surplus.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, you know what, Democratic Party is pretty good. He's making money. He's a good president.
Yeah.
And then I get introduced to Bernie, and then now I'm like, oh my God, Obama really didn't do much as a Democratic president. He did.
Could not
do, but also when he had majority, and you remember he
had majority for 2 years.
2 years, right?
First 2 years, yeah.
First 2 years. And
he passed Obamacare.
Yeah, he did.
I think, yeah.
Which is basically, if you actually go back to history and look at it, it's actually Romney care, because it was actually Romney's
Was it? I don't know.
I read up on it, dude.
Okay,
and I thought that was the best thing that he ever did for himself. But it apparently that entire bill was written by the Republicans who passed in a state, and it was actually Romney's plan. And all they did was they tweaked it a little bit, and they call it Obamacare, which is how politics in America works.
He never took credit for that, and he never called it Obamacare.
Well, the Republicans called it Obamacare.
Yeah, because they wanted to put a bad name on it.
Put a bad name on it.
But it got so much publicity.
It's not about the substance. It's always about the title. In
package.
America.
That's the wrong thing. Yeah.
How it looks,
Optics.
how it sounds, rather than what it is.
So people just one word and that's it. They don't deep research into it.
Oh yeah, I remember online, this guy was like, I hate Obamacare, and then he was like, but I love my Affordable Care Act.
I saw that.
That's the same thing.
What? It's the same thing.
ACA, the same thing. Actually, we were also the beneficiaries of it when we were back in 2016 when we got the Social Security number with my on-campus job.
Yeah.
We were also beneficiaries of the Obamacare. We could use Obamacare to get the insurance, which is why we were exempt out of university insurance, which is so expensive. It helped 16 million more people than me, like me, who absolutely needed insurance.
Especially because
international students.
It is so expensive. Yeah, it is so expensive.
So expensive to get. Yeah. It helped poor people. It helped so many people. But yeah, it was, like I said, that was one of his, I think, majority. When he had the majority, he did the signature legislation. Yeah, which is good thing. I fully agree that he did not do as much he should have. Yeah. But also, this brings him back to Mitch McConnell, who did not give him his Supreme Court appointee back in 2015 when he should have.
They just talked and talked.
Yeah. He said, we're having election this year, so we'll let the people do the voting. But Obama was elected until end of 2016, right?
Yeah.
In 2017, Trump would come. He was the president. Why didn't you not give him?
Yeah.
And the same thing that they gave it to Trump when he was in office. But that's beyond the point. I would agree with you. Obama was not as progressive as he could have been, because and this Democratic Party always do have to pander to a wide tent that they build during their coalition, during their campaign and they cannot move out from it.
Mm.
That's
It's
that's their
you know,
detriment.
I you know, after Bernie, like, you know, the Democratic Party, I used to call certain people corporate Democrats.
Yeah.
You know, because the lobby system
Yes.
is, and that's how I learned all about the lobbying system
Yeah.
in 2016, because that's when I really delved. My interest in politics like got so deep
Mhm.
that it's crazy that I learned that a lot of these
Lobbying.
policies, the lobbying, they give them money and
Yeah.
they vote for it. So now it's more like whatever company spends the most for these politicians, those are the policies that are going to get passed because it's important for the people, and
Yes.
you know, the people are getting crumbs, right? And it's you're not passing like legislation and policy that can help people.
Poor people like
poor
us,
people,
right?
like everybody at this point in time, because look at what's happening. The middle class has shrunk so much
Mhm.
to the point where to the point where like they don't know, they have to work like 2-3 jobs just to
Yeah.
survive, right?
Yeah.
And it's so apparent even in Texas. I mean, New York, it's a bustling city. I mean, you can get by, you can do certain things. It's tough, but you can kind of survive there because you know, they have kind of like created a structure system.
Right.
But in Texas, when I moved here in 2016 and in 2017 when I bought my house in Fort Worth, I remember under the underpass, I would never see any homeless people. Like, it was so cheap. I rented a 1-bedroom apartment with you know, washing machine and dryer included in that for like $700.
Mhm.
So even if, let's say, you only have a high school diploma, you could easily get a job that can pay you like what, $2,500, $3,000 a month, even if you work at McDonald's, right?
Mhm.
Working overtime. Now you could afford that. But now what are they going to afford?
Yeah.
Like a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,500.
Yeah. It's like expenses went up so high, but we just stagnated.
Yeah.
It's like right now we're getting taxed more to work.
Yeah.
Not we, but
I mean,
most
anybody
most
under
people, right?
500,000.
yeah, 50,000, 50, yeah, 500,000.
500,000,
That's fair. But yeah, it's the trickle down economy that Reagan set up in 1980s that did not really work.
It never worked.
The supply side, giving money to supply side so that it would trickle down eventually to the poor people, that envision that the Republicans, the conservative had, that never really.
It was
panned
a
out.
lie because
It was a lie. Yeah.
it was a lie
They
straight
knew
to your
it.
face.
Yeah.
And they knew it because what did they do with that money? They bought back stocks.
Yeah.
Buy back stocks.
They made more money for
They
themselves.
made more money because, and that ultimately and that leads me to my next point.
Mhm.
Since we agree on this, the buyback stocks basically what ended up doing
Mhm.
was it disenfranchised the stock market
Oh yes.
to a level where the money that is owned in the stock market is so manipulated
Yeah.
and is owned majority by 1 to 10% of the
Yeah.
population.
Yeah.
And even if and the thing is, the losses are subsidized.
Mhm. Yeah.
But the profits are all like going to those top 10%,
like
1%.
the 2008 crash, right?
Crash, right? Yeah, absolutely. Who bailed them out? The people's tax,
Yes.
right?
All the banks, they were all bailed out by our money.
Yeah, and
I was in here, so
no,
not
don't.
my money, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at that point in time, like even the auto industry,
yeah.
they were bailed out too. Oh, it's going to look bad in the name of American companies. But then by 2016, when I look back at all these things, again, you said hindsight is always perfect, right? 2020. The whole point of when people say like these Republicans or even all the politicians say is we're a capitalist society. But what does a capitalist society do? If you fail, you fail. There's no help because
Market
if-
economy. Markets should drive you out.
exactly. You make bad decisions, you
Yeah,
should
get
not
the fuck out.
exist. Yeah, just get out. Someone else is going to come in, right? That's
That's
what
how it should have
capitalism-
been.
Yeah, it
Yes.
should have been. But at this point in time, and just to make it very short,
Okay.
just for example, a bank got bailed out.
Yeah.
The CEO tried to take many of the CEOs tried to take bonuses for failing, right? Which some of them had to return it because, oh my God, I don't know what would have happened. And then these banks who got bailed out started implementing things like charging people $29.99, $99.99 late charge in their banks, all that stuff. So
Overdraft.
you use the people's money, right, to survive, pay
Yeah.
your people, pay
Yeah.
yourselves, and then screw over the people itself. In when I look back, it should have been like, okay, if the government is going to use taxpayer money to bail out these banks, then the people should also own those banks.
Yeah.
50% of should be owned like government owned.
Yeah. But
you
that
know?
was socialism. That was what I was saying.
Of course, absolutely. Because you know why? We need to
State
get up on
cannot
our.
have the money.
We need to pull our bootstraps up, and we need to start working and earn
Yeah,
ourselves.
work hard,
Blah blah. Right? But and it's crazy. Like
That context, put that 2008 bailing out in context, and then think about how people were saying when Trump and Biden both gave stimulation check
yeah.
to people like $600, $1,200 once or twice in 2020, 2021 when they were getting out of the COVID recession.
Yeah.
People lost their mind. People were blaming them for socialism or
yeah.
whatnot, right? So you did not see the irony when they were bailing out those rich guys who made mistakes on their own,
Billions and trillions of dollars.
yeah, and lost people's money, made wrong investment, right? They made wrong investment. That's what it was. And here are people who could not go out to work because of the COVID pandemic, which was beyond their control, and the government failed to protect them, right? That's
Yeah.
what basically what tax dollars are for.
Mm-hmm.
They are there to protect us.
Yeah.
So when we are protected a little bit, like $1,800,
Yeah.
nothing much changes with $800, but it helps people who need it
Yeah.
when they need it.
At least buy food for your
Right?
kids.
Exactly. Your foods hopefully will get enough breads to survive for days without getting
Hungry.
starved.
Yeah.
So when that happens when it happens on the demand side a little bit help on the demand side, it's quoted as socialism, communism,
yeah.
and then people lose the shit. And
It's insane how like people just don't get it. Like,
yeah.
but then again, I think certain of these people who comment are like bots. To be very honest,
Oh, yeah.
like I think they're bots. But like, okay, for example, Charlie Kirk, that guy is the worst person you could have going out there fighting for the regular people
Uh-huh.
and brag about the fact that he didn't have to go to college.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he clearly does not understand critical thinking
does
and problem
not.
solving.
Yeah.
Because what he's really doing is he's getting paid
Yeah.
because he just runs his mouth. He's loud. He interrupts people.
Mhm.
He talks over them. And all he really does is he goes to colleges.
Yeah.
Right? And you already have these students who have so much like stress
Yeah.
in this day and age.
Yeah.
And he's just talking over them and he's just saying stuff from the Bible, stuff from like what he thinks it is. There's a like do you ever see his debate in the
I do.
Oxford?
Yeah,
Oxford?
I
You
do.
see how stupid he looked?
Yes.
That's what happens
Yeah.
when Charlie Kirk, who people over here who have no education idolizes him,
Mhm.
but he goes to Oxford
Mhm.
and he gets his ass handed to him.
Yeah, I was about
right?
to say that.
His ass was handed to him on a platter. They made him look like, I don't know if you watched the show Beavis and Butthead,
I do not.
but I don't know which one it was, but he looked like Butthead. He looks literally like Butthead, and they're stupid. They're just two kids that are stupid.
Okay.
Right? And that's like who America has kind of like idolized on the conservative side.
Yeah.
Do you
Charlie
know
Kirk,
those
Jordan
guys get paid around $50,000,
Dude, they make
$60,000
so
just to
much
come to the
money.
debate?
Peters. Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Every one of the high profiles.
Mm.
Just
$60,000,
the social
$100,000.
media slag, man.
Yeah,
Get paid
I hear he
by the
has
university.
made quite an empire out of that
Yeah.
business. I think it's worth millions, 16.
So he
or
doesn't
20
care if
million.
he's called dumb or not. He's making
Yeah.
No,
money.
I
out of
am-
it.
So he's raking in money, and he got his training when he was training up to become this version, Charlie Kirk. He was getting his ass handed here in America as well, but he got trained what to talk, how to talk.
Yeah.
He built that skills to shut a little, 18, 19 years old kid
Yeah.
out. How it's not hard for 30-year-old
Yeah.
who has done it for a living for 15 years to shut out another 18-year-old kid who does this not as his full-time job. It's just he's there because he just wants to
And
talk,
you know what's
right?
really crazy? You say that the guy who didn't go to school needed training, so technically he kind of had to get training from a skilled individual who went to college
Yeah.
to be able to handle 18, 19-year-olds, right? And there's these two kids, right? Dean and stuff like that, who wanted to debate him, and they're very, very educated. They're on TikTok. I saw them on the Jubilee episode. And they're these young kids, and one of them used to be a Republican, conservative, who voted for Trump, and then he learned. And then he's like, okay, and he's very, very smart, very articulated. He does all his research. And Charlie Kirk didn't want to debate him. He avoided him. would like to
Wonder
play-
why.
Exactly.
The fact that people still now, like you watch these TikToks and YouTube shorts and people say, I haven't gone to college and I made millions. Those are like big lies. And people still like feel like
Believe
those are
them.
like correct.
Yeah.
Those are like blatant lies. Only like 0.0001% get lucky who are not in colleges. to make millions. Like that's a really small percentage, right?
And just to your point, I'll add you. You ever watched that documentary? I don't know if you have, but back in the day, they had this documentary that anybody that won the lottery would go bankrupt eventually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not see
They
that,
would
but I've
spend it.
heard the stories. Yeah, I've listened to the stories.
Anybody that has won the lottery, who plays the lottery most of the time? Like people who don't have money, right?
Yeah,
So when they win like astronomical amount of money, like 30, 40, 50 million,
yeah,
they buy these big homes, buy these cars, but they don't realize taxes and they don't understand like financial literacy, right?
yes,
And they end up becoming bankrupt again.
yeah. Going back to
They
where
don't
started from.
invest, they buy.
But that's also, forget about the buying aspect. It's a literacy, right?
Yeah.
You should know what you need to do with your money,
Yeah,
and that's a cool. And that's when people are listening to them. You got to work hard. You got to do this. You got to make millions of dollars. Blah blah. The red pill guys saying, "Oh, you invest in yourself. Do this, that, and you can make millions." Blah, and drive McLarens and take girls out. Blah blah blah. Those kind of stupid that idea is sold so hard,
Yeah,
right? And I noticed this because I went to play pickleball recently. Right?
Yeah.
And I have like 3 phones. Right?
I saw that.
One for the family, one for the like IT, and then one for like
Business.
the Turo business and other businesses, right? And then they're like, the first question the kids ask, what do you do for a living? Right?
Okay.
No, instead of, hey, what should I do to get to your level? What are the skill sets I need? What should I think?
Yeah.
The conversation, even, and these kids are like 14, 15 years old at the
Right.
pickleball court. Right? And they're talking to me like, boom, I can get rich like this if I just do this.
Oh yeah.
No.
Right? It's not like that.
Oh yeah.
That's not
It
life.
doesn't.
Yeah.
But what do you do for a living? How do you do this? Or what do you, like very, very quick.
Yeah,
Very,
quick
very
money.
quick.
Quick money, shortcuts. They're really popular because obviously they sound easy, right? But it's
Yeah.
not easy to have that much money. Anything that's worth having will need you to work so damn hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard to.
And there are people who get rich
money.
though, but it's 0.0001%.
Exactly.
It's like
Pretty
such a small percent, and they come out and they try to tell you, but they don't give the actual percentage of people how much. Like 99% of people fail,
Yeah.
and those stories are not out.
No.
Only the people who made it, our stories are out, right? And that's so wrong.
Yeah, because like who wants to
And people get the wrong concept.
who wants to
They're
talk about
grifters.
failure? Yeah.
Yeah, they're
No one
grift-
wants to
they're
talk about
grifters,
it.
Yeah.
And colleges, and people say like going, but if you want to be a doctor without going to college, it's not possible. If you want to be a lawyer without going to college, it's not possible, man.
Exactly.
If you want to be an engineer, no, it's not possible. Maybe in IT.
IT maybe like
Maybe,
you
yeah.
could it's a simple part of IT maybe, but
Yeah.
you want to be a doctor or nurse, you can fake that.
You cannot fake it.
You want Charlie Kirk, you want this phone made, and done. Guess what you need? You need a college education,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You need your bridges and everything made. And
You need
again,
civil
it's not all
engineers.
about pouring cement.
No.
You have to do calculations, dude.
Yes.
Physics,
Yes.
and that's education, right? And forget about him because he's getting paid by billionaires to like keep putting
yeah.
this shit out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. In millions.
I'm talking
Yeah.
to is the people that idolizes that kind of way of thinking. Because if you think you're going to get rich overnight, you have to be doing something illegal. Let's be real,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And guys who made money off of Bitcoin, you got lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You got
0.001%.
Yeah.
You might know the algorithm and how to like trade and then slowly build your wealth. Which that's a skill set. I'm not really into crypto. I got out of like stock market too.
No, that takes a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
takes a
It
lot.
does take a lot.
It's
but
not, and one day. It's like
No.
365 days a year.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that you are not. For me, it's kind of like. First of all, I think crypto is just like it. There's no valuation. It can go to
Doesn't
zero
matter,
anytime,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Even the stock market now. I used to do it back in 2008, like for 3-4 years. But I was like, oh my god, this is not for me. I just realized because it was giving me a lot of stress.
2008 was probably a wrong time to do it. Though.
Well, no, it was a good time to do it because when the crash had
Afterwards.
happened.
Okay, yeah, after
Dude,
that,
like, I remember like my 401k at that point in time when I was working for a company, I was putting in 50% because the stock market always goes up, right? It was the Dow Jones was 6,500. Let's just put into context.
perspective, yeah.
And the return that I got was in the long run because I'm more of a long run guy.
Yeah.
I tried that
Day
the day trade
and
then
whatnot.
yeah, and it was very different back then because I didn't have Robinhood.
Yeah. there
Every
was-
trade was $9.99 or $9.95.
Yeah, it was expensive.
or $7.99 Scotch trade. Yeah, fees.
Okay.
Every trade. So you really, really had to do your
Yeah.
research. You really, and now everybody is on Robinhood. It's free.
Yeah,
They
it's
think they're like,
clickable.
It's gamified,
it's gamified. Exactly.
right?
It's not the same as what I studied. And I was like, God damn, I should have done something else. But it's fine. That's the good thing about, America is you can always apply yourself.
Yeah.
Right. But
Public has good
it's
access
not only
to it.
gamified, it's bet. Now I see in Robinhood, like, is the Bitcoin going to reach 1 million? When is it going to reach 1 billion? That's not stock market. That's betting.
Yeah,
when it's going to reach.
Yeah.
That's not investing in a company
yeah.
or the S&P 500 or Dow Jones. That's betting.
And a lot of crypto guys are always caught in fraud. If you think about it. What
Yeah.
the Haktua girl got in, like, she made millions.
The Sam Bankman-Frieds of the world,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. He's gonna come in, I know what I'm doing, but
Yeah.
you got caught.
He
But
was touted as a wunderkind, and then he
Yeah.
was found as the greatest grifter this earth had ever seen, and put into. Did he go to jail?
I think he did.
I think yeah,
Have
he
to
got
check that.
convicted for sure. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's in jail or what. But
Yeah, he's got billions.
Billion.
Probably has a nice private jail for him, right? But going back to what you're saying about like how that ideology is so, it's put in front of them and they believe that, right? The one thing, the right and the conservative and Republican Party have so many people
Mhm.
that go out and push that message.
yeah,
And the Democrats don't have anybody. They just try to play that whole pandering game that, this and that, like we're not this country. I don't really care about those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And for me,
not
from
many people do,
yeah.
right?
policy-wise, I don't care about, like, we have to sound right, we have to do this. I'm originally from New York. I'm a harsh speaking guy.
Mhm.
If someone is rude to me, I can take it, right? It's not about, words, this and that. I understand, like, yes, some of the words should not be used, or how it was used, right?
Yeah.
I understand that aspect of it because it has a long-lasting effect on, cultural aspect on certain people.
Yeah.
But for me, policy is financial,
Mhm.
right? Like I'm talking about not only Democrats, I'm talking about Republicans themselves. I don't want to see any like homeless people on the streets.
Yeah,
I want everybody, like who could be MAGA, who could be conservative,
anybody.
anybody. They need
Yeah.
to have, an opportunity to get educated.
Yeah.
Right. You could have your religious views, and you can keep them to yourselves,
Yes.
and all that stuff. No one's trying to take that away from them, right? But the reality is, if you actually look at the issues, right? If you talk about the issues like jobs and all that stuff,
Yeah.
even MAGA aligns with a lot of like social democrats,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Yeah.
And when they talk about it, they agree with it. But
Yes.
with the one thing that holds them back is that idea of this is my team.
It's also who they demonize, right? The Republican side demonize the immigrants
Yeah.
because you're having these problems because of these immigrants,
They find a scapegoat.
right? Your paycheck is smaller, your tax is higher because of these immigrants. You're not getting this job because of the immigrants. They constantly keep saying that same stuff, and these people on this side who are listening to it keep listening to it. And that's one of the things that you and I keep trying to do is that's not the case, right? You go beyond the headline and you can see that immigrants are not taking jobs. They're paying money. They're paying in billions. They're paying taxes. They're taking the jobs that nobody else wants to do.
Exactly.
And they're making everything else cheaper for you so that your dollar goes a longer way.
Yeah.
Like your $1 can
Like
goes a longer way.
like the
right?
farmers in Florida.
Exactly my point. The fruit pickers, right? The people who clean things for you. You go around, the people are cleaning the things that the native borns will not do,
Yeah.
right? And they are keeping things cleaner for you. They're keeping things cheaper for you.
Yeah.
And they're only taking the jobs that nobody else wants.
And they don't fail to realize is once you have money,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's say you kind of go up that ladder, the social ladder.
Mm-hmm.
You want your kids to go do a janitor and janitor's job, or do like fruit picking
Mm-hmm.
to get your bootstraps up. No, you don't want your kids to do that. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Like I would
I've
not
heard
want
them say like they want those jobs too. They just don't want the immigrants to do it. They want some of them to do it, but not them.
But not themselves.
They want
Yeah.
some of the
the
MAGA
Lord-
people to do
yeah,
it.
exactly. But that's not going to happen though. Like
Yeah.
there's jobs in like Florida right now.
Yeah.
Aren't the MAGA farmers who
Yeah,
voted
go
like
do it.
complaining? Yeah, go do it. It's there. The job is there. But
the job is there.
it's hard. Like, it's the US economy is so intricate, right? To the point where they don't understand. Like, and then something as simple as not understanding what the asylum process is.
Yeah.
Something as simple as not understanding what ITIN is.
Mhm.
Right? These are
Tariffs.
these are oh my god, if you get
What
me
are
started on
tariffs?
tariffs.
What tariffs are? Right?
He
Those
lowered the tariffs though.
18,
It was 200% at one time.
18.5%.
Dude, I get
low.
so triggered when I have to explain tariffs. And especially
And the
to
way
Nepali
the
people.
stock market is like going up. It was like there were no tariff before, right? And the stock market was stable, right?
Yeah.
Then they introduced like 200%, 300%. Then it went right down.
Yeah.
And
Those
then the
type-
stock, and they like he tried to remove it, but kept like 18, 20%. Now it's more than the so more above than how much it was when he started.
Well, it was
Like,
2.5% when he started. It's 18.5% effective right now. So
and that's
it's
gonna
a
affect
lot
the
higher.
prices.
Yeah.
But the stock market is really high. It's really inflated. I don't know why.
Okay.
Stock market
I'll-
has this confidence.
I don't know why.
No, I'll tell you why. Because when you have a stock market that is owned by like 1 or 10% of the population, majority, 90% of the stock market is owned by 1 to 10%, right?
Yeah, top
When
people.
you are now ultimately making that product's price 18% higher, simple math, right? It's not the companies that are paying it.
Eventually
I would
they'll
like
pass
to add
down.
on this. The stock market also recently went high because Google, Amazon, Apple did really well in the market. They earned like a lot of money.
And this is also the AI boom investment.
Yeah,
that they're
AI
doing,
boom
right?
investment.
It's
It really
stimulating
went
the
high.
economy.
And another reason why it went up is like a lot of people don't know about this is the chipsets that was supposed to be sold to China, right? Huawei wasn't allowed here, and then Biden had restrictions onto Nvidia saying that hey, you cannot sell this technology.
Yeah, Trump and
to
Biden
China.
both had it. Yeah,
Yeah, but what did Trump do recently?
recently lifted it.
He
yeah.
lifted it. So when he's lifted it, what is Nvidia doing? Selling a ton of technology to China,
China,
which
yeah.
makes them
A
money.
lot of money, yeah.
And what's going to happen in the stock market when the 1 or 10% own it?
And NVIDIA did really good this.
Exactly.
Isn't NVIDIA the most expensive?
Yeah,
the most
I think they hit
richest,
4 trillion
richest
plus.
company
$4 trillion.
currently. Yeah, it's
The market cap you're talking about?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's
highest
the
market cap right now is NVIDIA.
NVIDIA,
$4
yeah.
trillion
Yeah.
and up.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know how much it's today, but it's $4 trillion up now.
I don't even know how much that what that means. The 4 trillion.
Dude,
That's
you
a lot of
can't
money.
even spend 1% will take you 2,000. If you spend $2,000 a day and you're a billionaire, you have $1 billion. Just to put into aspect, guys, if you have $1 billion as an individual and you spend 2,000 fucking dollars a day, it will take you 2,000 fucking years
wow.
to use up that $1 billion without working a single fucking day. Do you understand what 2,000 years is? We don't live more than like 100 years.
4.29
Being generous.
today.
4.29.
So it went. They were the first
4.29?
company to go 4 trillion, but today, right now, it's 175.64.
But when you say 4.29, you're
price.
making it sound very small. You need to say the actual number.
4.2.
No. 4 trillion. 290 billion. Million. See, it's unheard of numbers, dude.
Yeah. Those are crazy numbers. It's like it's like when you're a kid, we used to say, "How much money do you want?" I want arabo, karabo, darabo, garabo, gazillion. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like that. It feels like that.
It does.
Trillion.
It's so inflated.
And you know what the
lot of
crazy
money.
thing is with some of the like people like who vote, even Democrats alike, right? Some of the corporate Democrats, for some reason, they get so proud when someone else is getting rich apart from themselves.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're also getting rich, but
No, but like, think about
Nancy Pelosi is getting rich.
Nancy Pelosi, yeah, of course. I mean, that's why I call them. I call them Republicans, right? Corporate Democrats are not Democrats.
Yeah.
They're Republicans light. All they're doing is they're doing the job slowly. When Republicans come into power, they expedite the shit out of it. Like, for example, the big, beautiful bill, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this last time, right?
Yeah.
What did it actually do? It's actually hurting them more.
Yes.
They're cutting Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP, which is predominantly used in red states.
Yeah.
Kids will not be able to get food. They will not get healthcare. Even guys who have voted for Trump have come out with an oxygen thing in his nose saying, if this gets passed, I'm going to die. Like, this is my life. I'll be dead. Then why didn't you do the research, or...
Yeah. Like I said that before, people routinely vote against their interest. And Trump in this election data says that he won a huge majority for people making under $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
And those were the ones who got the highest amount of burn with this one big beautiful bill act.
Exactly.
They're funding the tax cuts for billionaires and millionaires.
Yeah, 4.9 trillion.
Yeah, that's.
You have to bring the money somewhere. Math got to math, bro.
Yep.
It's got to come from somewhere.
Well,
people
it's,
don't
it's
understand
good though.
that.
They're gonna invest in more like AI, so and AI is gonna take over and kill
Yeah.
all of us.
Terminator.
The first job is gonna be job that's gonna go from AI boom is gonna be theirs, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know what's crazy? I was watching I used to watch a lot of Joe Rogan, but ever since he turned heel
Yeah.
and he's not coming back, I can't watch him anymore just because it sounds like it just sounds
I still
so
watch
bad.
Joe Rogan like when he brings
archaeologists and stuff.
archaeologists
Yeah,
and
that-
scientists.
okay.
Yeah, then it's
I
watchable.
did
I can,
not-
but then
I
he
don't
always
watch it.
panders towards that whole political thing. It sucks. I miss when he used to when he debated Candace Owens about climate change and all that stuff. You know, that Joe Rogan was, you know, he was curious. He did
Yeah.
he did the right thing. He questioned hard. When he knew something, he would put people at their place, right? But this Channel 5 thing, there's this guy, Hunter Biden did an interview. I don't know if you watched it. I watched the entire
haven't.
3 hours. You know, and I usually watch, nowadays I'm watching, I know we do 2-hour podcasts. I'm guilty, but I watch the 10, 15-minute clips. And if I find that really interesting, I'll watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
I started with the 1-minute clips on TikTok when Hunter Biden was talking about it. And I never knew that guy was actually sounded so chill. I was like, wow, this guy. And then what was his name? Kyle Kaczynski from Secular Talk. He was talking about how even he was surprised. This guy is like a bro. He's just funny. When he does his political commentary. And it was a 3-hour podcast. I sat down with him. The guy who does the interview is this chill dude. Just dude. He's just a dude. He's a fun dude, you know. But the way he questions everything and the way he gives a lighter side to the news and the facts, he makes it funny, which makes it enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
And he was there with Hunter Biden, and he's had Hunter Biden multiple times because everybody is just astonished with Hunter Biden at this moment, right? And Hunter Biden said, one guy, and you know, McDonald's is not just, they don't own every restaurant.
Franchise,
It's a
yes.
franchise, right? He said in one of these videos in the podcast, he said this guy spent, I don't know, some astronomical amount of millions of dollars into automating with AI in all of his locations. That ended up saving him an astronomical amount of money that he would get his $1 billion, I think it was billions, or you can look it up, or you guys can look it up. But he was so astonished, he made that investment, he automated it, he implemented AI, and he'll get his return in 5 years. And after 5 years, extra profit.
So it's a
Because-
solopreneur,
Yeah, it's like he's getting rid of the physical workforce.
right?
Before, I don't know if in 2014, but in 2001 when I first came, every cashier, when I went to make Wendy's and it was used to be really busy, there'd be 4 to 5 cashiers taking orders. You have people in the back working.
Oh yeah.
Now it's I go to McDonald's sometimes
they're-
because I love McDonald's French fries. Toot, 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 toot.
Oh yeah, huge monitors there to punch
3,
your
4 of
order.
them. Yeah.
Reducing slowly.
Yes.
To now there's just one person watching over 4-5 counters when there used to be 5 counters. So
Yeah.
that's happening. That's
Flashing jobs.
And
Yes.
they're voting these tariffs are going to bring jobs back to America. Well, I don't know
No
what
chance.
jobs come
not
back.
the corporate America.
No,
No chance.
we are not. See, we've transitioned from. I always say this, from manufacturing industry
economy.
to technological one,
Yes.
service related,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And those jobs are never going to come back.
And the economic frontiers have moved on, right? Except Germany. Any other country in the world, there's no country that's manufacturing is a prime income making industry. Everybody has moved on. So why are we trying to go back to 50s and 60s when the new economic frontiers are in the different places? It's in AI, it's tech, it's service, like I said.
And this phenomenon is gonna happen, you know. You cannot change it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Nothing can change it.
Yeah.
Whether you try to bring jobs in
Yeah.
America, no, it's not gonna
It's like let me put it into simplified perspective. Imagine taking your smartphone
Mhm.
and going back to the rotisserie phone.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do.
And that's not gonna happen.
I lived
What's
through
gonna
that.
happen
I-
is
We had one of
Yeah.
those. It was really fun though.
Yeah.
Kids will never know what that is, but especially your kid's not gonna know what that is.
No.
By the time he
No.
gets older, he's probably gonna have a phone with a screen and holograms on it.
Yeah.
I just and anyways, going back to AI, and I think we have to go to the finals. The next section.
Yeah, I
After
think
this
you know that's the one thing, right? 2 hours is not enough for us.
Yeah.
Even when we do our
Love
segments,
talking to you.
even when you do our segments, we're going to keep it 30 minutes. We're going to keep it 30
yeah.
minutes.
It
on.
goes to 45,
we
50.
went with this introduction.
Yeah.
We talked about politics and AI. That's it. That's us.
Yeah, no, that
It
is
is.
And before that, going to the next session, I just found out one news. I just read one news. A kid dropped out of college because it's not that she couldn't do it. She feared the AI would take her job and kill all of us.
That's why she dropped out of college.
Yeah, she dropped out of
Oh,
college.
But you know what? A funny thing on a lighter side, ChatGPT 5 version came out.
Mhm.
So the
So
versions before that was very, very.
I'm using it right now.
Yeah, that version was a lot of people were using it to text and have conversations like
Human
like a
companion.
human companion, right?
Mhm.
So they took the human companion aspect of it out, and people are freaking out.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not exactly they took it out. It's just the model picks up which model to use. So if you go back to ChatGPT like 3.0 or something, then it doesn't have that same emotional
Oh yeah, yeah.
intelligence of 4.
Depends on your prompt.
Yeah, and then it also has forgotten the previous prompts that you had. It had forgotten the
Yeah.
history, so you don't have that rapport anymore with,
It's-
with
someone
an
was
AI.
saying,
It
Chat-
is sad that
it's so
that's the
sad.
society we're living in, right? You have people who are alone living in their room, and AI is their friend.
Yeah.
And those are the people who are making decisions about their voting, who they are going to choose to lead them,
Exactly.
and they are not picking the right person, and that's the most scary
because there's
part
no
of
one
this.
around them to kind of tell them to have that critical
Exactly.
discussion. You know, and,
Exactly.
and coincidentally, I was watching, I was reading an article, and apparently even Kyle from Secular Talk was talking about it. The birth rate of America has significantly
Oh, yeah.
dropped down because the
I think it's 1.6
yeah
fertility rate right now.
yeah,
you
and-
need 2.1 to be viable.
economically viable, right?
Not just economically, but to sustain for next 70 years, right?
But that's also in terms of people the white American is mostly 75%, right? That's the thing that's declining, and they are the majority. So
Right.
that's right. But the Muslim cultures and other culture, actually, it's growing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
And
that's
that
more
way,
like
it's gonna be a different.
Well,
it's crazy because even in that data, they were saying that the amount of sex people are having nowadays has drastically declined.
Yeah, that's because of another huge reason.
There's so many.
Stress
But that's
is not-
ultra feminist.
No. I don't blame them. No.
No.
You're gonna call Prapti over here and go off at you.
I don't think that's the only reason, because men have to be dateable, right?
Yeah.
You would have
Yeah.
to, you should be dateable for you to have sex, have partner,
Yeah.
get married,
Be
make
attractive.
family,
Yeah.
right? Take care of yourself, be healthy, go to gym, look like that, and then
No.
I mean, you do need to be dateable. You
Yeah.
personality wise, be funny, right? Don't
Exactly.
just
Sit at home.
don't stay at home. Be more sociable. Talk to
extroverted.
people.
Yeah.
Learn to talk to people, right? That's also a
I
skill.
think it's also in a sense of people are stuck at home on their phones, TikToking, door dashing.
it's easier.
It's
Yeah,
easier. It's
easier
so
to do that.
it's so easy that you've taken that human connection out of it, and because that human connection is out of it, they're not really meeting more people. Like I remember
yeah,
when I was in universities, I
So-
would
yeah,
go and
Go.
meet people. If
Yeah,
I needed
yeah,
to
exactly.
do a
Go to
TA,
bar.
go to bar or stuff
Go
like
to talk
that.
to people.
Yeah, and-
I found a reason, and I read in a journal. The young people are really afraid to talk to the other genders
Other
because
gender,
because they might be politically incorrect. You get it, right?
yeah.
And that's the reason, and that's mostly in the black and white community.
Yeah.
But in our community, more Asian community, we are fixed, right? Marriages are fixed. Yeah. So
Culture.
we end up getting married
Somebody-
anyways.
yeah, you-
But in American culture, that's really degraded. That's not good. Arranged marriage is not good. So that's why those are declining slowly and slowly.
principles and values
And they are really
top everything.
I agree with the principle that people, just because you're born, you are not entitled to have a partner, because
Yeah.
not everybody, right? Not
Yeah.
everybody is dateable or whatnot, but you would have to be able to carry relationship, talk to people. And that's what it is. Yeah, there might be misunderstanding. You may eventually have a breakup or whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
But that does not mean, and this brings me to my another point, why the world is moving so far to the right is because the young men are afraid of the world that's becoming. They're afraid that, brown people, women are getting more rights than them. So meaning they are not entitled to lead and whatnot. And what that is doing is their mothers are also very scared of that phenomenon. And they're more protective of the baby boy. And they want the world to go back to what it was, go back to the older times where they are the ones who are leading the world. They are entitled to, leading, making money, all the jobs and so far.
It's also social upbringings. Like there's so much pressure on guys as well, There's, you're not supposed to be emotional. There's so many different aspects of it, right? And South Asian, it's a completely different story, right? Just going back to what you were saying about how your parents, what about society think?
Yes.
There's that. You went through that,
I did,
but it didn't feel like a big deal for you because you kind of grew up in that, right?
Yeah.
You take someone from America and put them in the system. They'll be like, "What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
It's my life. Like, what are you trying to tell me what to do? You don't tell me what to do."
They would be suffocated. Physically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And but before we continue, definitely also like, comment, and subscribe on Facts and Opinion too. If you want to hear more from Pawan, he's a one-man army. At least I have Mike. I give him all that's why he doesn't come on the camera. Because, all that work and stress has made him lose all his hair. Wink, wink. I'm just kidding.
I'll put this to the point, put a fine point on what we're talking about. I think it's a collective win for the society that women have gotten so far ahead in life. It's really good. It's a win for both male and female. But this doesn't have to be a zero-sum game. Women's win does not need to be men's loss, right? Exactly. We both can prosper. It's not like there's a finite resources for both genders to have. So I hope we can go shoulder to shoulder, and also take our young men. Now that I'm raising a young man, I think more about this, right? How he's gonna grow up to be. I do not hope he would put Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson of the world as his.
And also the crazy feminist too, because I'm not saying that is bad. I'm a feminist too because I have I have a niece, I have sisters. I have bhanjis and and even granddaughters, I guess. That's oh my God. But they need to also have a society where they're treated equally, right? They need to have a voice. They need a right to vote, equal opportunity for a job, equal opportunity for education, equal opportunity to do the things they need to do that every guy can do. It's not like one side is getting more than the other. But there are also some feminists out there that feed into this whole Andrew Tate rebelliousness that pushes both sexes apart. You know what I mean?
Yes.
People need to come together. I don't care about Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a business guy. He made money off of you. That's it.
It's a grifter again.
Yeah. even the WhatsApp, podcast, whatever the other guy is, they made money off of you, and that's what it is. It's they pay to do that stuff. If you look at a whole society, men and women should be going hand in hand, like you said, and grow together.
Yes.
And who does it ultimately benefit? If a guy's making $60,000 a year, a woman's making $100,000 a year, great. Both of you combined is $160,000 a year.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Make something together. If the guy's making $100,000 a year, and your wife is making $60,000 a year, both of you still have $160,000 a year. It's together. It's not who does more. So that competition aspect of it, from my call is, let's get out of that. I think from a financial perspective, yes. If you want to talk about your rights, how they feel, go for it. I don't have any issues with that, right? Yeah. But I think as a society, social norms, financial norms, job norms, or rights, we're all equal at the end of the day.
We should not villainize the young boys who did not build this patriarchy system.
Exactly. What they do though. They villainize
some of them.
That's the point. That's
for every Andrew trait, there's an Anna Tate trait.
Yeah, but that's the whole point we want to fix.
Ultra feminism is probably not a good thing, right? Like you said, feminism, absolutely. We need to have it. We should have it. We'll keep having it. Ultra feminism is where you're going to hate this, young boys just because they're boys. They haven't done anything to you yet. Give them a chance.
Yeah.
right?
Don't make them feel like the world is against them
Yeah.
even before they have a chance. An 80-year-old boy did not create a system. He's also growing up in the same system,
Yeah.
or the same surrounding society as much as the young girl is.
Yeah.
Teach them to be one as opposed to like, no, don't listen to what. Yes, there's some bad apples. Obviously, they're bad apples. Look at Andrew Tate. Look at the red pill movement. They're bad apples, but that does not justify or signify or represent 80-90% of the men.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to do is tell them that, they don't represent men. That's not the way of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with ultra feminists. Like, that's not the way of life. If you look at couples that actually succeed, I don't think that conversation probably never happens at home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the
you
most
bring-
discussed theory. Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was about to say that brings me to my good another point that it's not feminists' job to teach these young boys. It's their parents,
Yeah.
and the parents, father, mother, they should be at home, be a role model to their kids, or have a circle of friends that they could look up to, go talk to when they're in need, so that they don't go to YouTube and find Andrew Tate and get their
that's what
idolized
I
from
was
him.
going.
Yeah.
And the most highlighted news is always either ultra men or ultra
yes.
Women, yeah,
feminist. It's not the one that's trying to giving
news.
you knowledge, proper knowledge,
Yeah.
right?
Good news don't make news.
Yeah, exactly. Good news. Good people never make the news. It's always the people who do like crazy stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the beginning when I used to watch it, I was curious, right?
Yeah.
It was funny.
That's fair.
At first it was funny. I was like, this is crazy. Like all they really did was bring like OnlyFans models. They never brought like
OnlyFans models.
that's all they did. The red pill guys. And it was funny because like it was just entertainment wise, right? But they would never bring like a lawyer. They would never bring like a congresswoman.
Scientist, no.
They would never bring a scientist.
Oh yeah.
Like come on, man. You
They,
gonna bring-
they couldn't keep up with the conversation with
Exactly, absolutely not. They would be stupid, like and and then that's why like even the ultra feminists, like when you talk to a normal guy, they're like, dude, what are you talking about? Like I've never done. Like they are treating a normal guy who does not think like Andrew Tate, and that's the problem,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Treat Andrew Tate like he needs to be treated because those guys need to be treated that way. But don't treat every guy in society that way. Is my call. I think,
Yes.
that's the thing.
Perfectly ended there.
That's what it is. Do we have anything today? Do you have anything?
Yeah. We have some IQ in
You gonna
politics.
put me up against Pawan in IQ? The
Yeah.
guy got a scholarship. You know what?
Not IQ,
You know what?
Not IQ.
trivia.
Trivia?
Okay.
Well, you know what? He's probably going to kick my ass in that one too.
No.
I got a scoreboard today. I got the extra.
Of course you did.
So-
He's nearly became a doctor, got like a full scholarship ride, and here I am going against him.
Like,
This is gonna be bad if I lose this one. Dai has
Oh,
put me so much.
he's making.
I don't know
Dai
if
has
that-
raised so much stake on this one.
Hold on a second.
for
I don't
me.
know. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult. It's going to look so bad if he loses to me.
No,
Like-
no, but you put me up there. Dai.
It's always like every person has their own
Niche.
niche,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
knowledge area. Some might be politics.
Yeah.
Maybe among the three, I
Experience
might
too,
be
right?
more interested in history and
How about
more
you play the
interested
game
in
too?
black hole.
Oh, you put
No,
it
no.
together. You can't play the game.
I know all the answers, so that's why I have to go through all the answers, check it twice. I can play the game.
Alright.
And
So how do we
some
do
maybe in
this?
science and maths. So
Yeah.
this one is more politics because we talk more about
Right.
politics. These two games are more about politics.
It's a fair.
I think it's a fair game because
it's a
we
fair
go through it all the time.
I haven't
Right.
read that much news recently, but we'll go for it.
So what's
Yeah,
the
it's-
format? Sorry. Okay.
So I'll show you the rules of the game.
Oh yeah, this
So
is
this
other
is
segment.
president and policies.
Oof.
So which president introduced what kind of policy, what impact the policies made. Mostly it's for the 21st century policy presidents. So
Okay.
can you guys name the 4 presidents of the 21st century?
The latest one?
21st century.
Bush, Obama,
Means after
Biden,
2000.
Oh yeah,
Trump.
Bush, Obama twice, and Trump twice.
You missed
And
Biden.
Biden.
So 4 presidents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly revolve around those. So listen to the statement. Write your answer in the board. 1 point per correct answer. Do not show your answer. There's 2 extra bonus questions. So if you can answer those, you can get an extra point if you answer it correctly. Though.
So one
Just extra
question
questions.
per
Yeah.
time. Okay.
Okay, the first question. Which president in 21st century initiated the Medicare Prescription Drug Improvement and Modernization Act? So was it George Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, or Joe Biden?
Initiative Medicare prescription drug improvement and modernization. I have never heard this one. Actually,
I didn't keep the year. Actually, it's always written here because that would give you a big hint.
Yeah, that
2014, I know which president was there.
you know what? Medicare prescription drug improvement.
I'm done, but I think
You guys talk about politics all the time and
but
policies.
do you understand how many policies there are? And there's so many different names.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I think I got it wrong, but I'm just gonna go. With
Okay, show your answers.
I went with Joe Biden.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
I'll go with your answer. It's George W.
George
Bush.
W.
Yeah, I was.
No one gets a point.
I wasn't
because it was
clear.
never talked about. I wanted to talk about Bush. Okay, you know what?
Even though you talk about bad about some presidents, they may have done some good.
But that's just a name though.
That's just a name.
That's just a name.
You don't know what falls under
What
it.
substance inside is what matters.
Yeah. Also, so the signature policies always get huge publicity, and all about Bush that we hear right now is about the Iran war, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I
He
missed it.
even introduced
My
these
bad.
though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
Introduced
You know what I
them.
want to do? I want to see what were the cons of the.
No. We ain't got time, man.
I know.
You can check it later. Though.
No. You can do it. I just want to do it for my own thing.
So, Trump's 2017 travel ban initially targeted how many countries? Muslim majority countries. So just numbers. You just have to remember the numbers. 3, 5, 7, 9. Till now, no score.
These are tough questions.
Yeah,
I were
so-
looking bad.
This guy, yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna look really bad. I'm going to
Show your
Oh
answers.
yeah.
5.
I
I got
got
5.
I'm gonna go with the guest answer.
Oh, he got it right. That means.
The answer is 7.
Oh yes.
I knew it was odd number, but they were all odd numbers.
If you can name the countries, I'll give you an extra
It was
point.
mostly all African Muslim countries, like it was Sudan.
Okay.
What do you
Was it
call
Congo?
No, Congo. That's
Can you name the 7 countries?
No, I cannot.
No.
Yeah,
I know.
Try.
I think it was mostly African countries, Muslim African countries.
Can you name the 7?
Man, I can't even name 7 African countries in Africa. Except
You
for
lived in Africa.
Yeah, but I lived in Nigeria. That's the only African country I know. Because I was born
Okay, I'll
there.
show you the answers there. Iran,
Oh.
Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen.
Yeah.
Not.
Somalia.
I think
Sudan.
Somalia and
Yeah.
Sudan is,
And
and
Africa.
Libya is only the African
Oh
countries.
yeah,
over
why
there.
didn't we think about Iran?
No, Iran, Iraq was obvious.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Libya
I
was
don't wanna
there,
go there.
Somalia.
Oh, he
Sudan.
said African countries, right?
No, you said.
Yeah.
I never
you
said African countries.
Oh, I
countries,
did say
like-
African countries.
Muslim.
Muslim
Muslim
countries.
countries,
Muslim
yeah.
African countries. Yeah.
Okay, the next question. Anyways, +1 to Sushant.
Yeah.
Across the 21st century so far, which president created the newest federal department?
The
He
newest.
created a whole federal department. It's like totally new.
20 new.
This was not there back then, before 20.
Oh, I know that. I know what
I think you're not getting it.
I know it's between
And-
2 people.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I should know this.
Oh.
I feel like I know this, but yeah, I've been wrong twice. So
Remember, it's from 2000.
yeah.
So go through all the presidents and what they did.
Dude, you know how many term limits? So it's one of
But
them.
this is like only the federal department the president
George W.
created.
Bush won 2 terms. That's 8 years. Barack Obama won 2 terms.
Okay.
That's another 8 years, 16 years. And then
Are you ready?
Trump is in 2 terms. Biden won.
Show your answers.
I'm gonna go Joe Biden. I feel like he did
Then
something.
Trump made Doge. Would that count?
No, I don't
No,
think that's a
no.
federal department.
That's not a federal department. So you went with Joe Biden?
Yeah, I think he did something.
It was George W. Bush.
What did
Can
he
you
create?
name the department?
No, I have no idea.
Can you guys name?
I don't know much
he
about
created
George
one
W. Bush.
department,
me-
which is really popular though.
Department of
I
Education.
haven't read a lot about Bush. Everything you learn about Bush is surrounding the Iraq war.
Iraq war.
Yeah, so
That's all
try to go through that. If you can name,
Oh, did he create the National Security Agency? Is that-
NSA. NSA.
whoever answers, I give him extra
FBI?
point.
FBI.
Oh.
No.
No, not
That's the
FBI.
oldest.
FBI was
NSA. NSA. Was it security related?
no. Yeah, security related.
Oh,
National Security Council,
No.
isn't it?
No.
no, it was something to do after 9/11.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Give me the exact answer with the exact Department of.
Homeland Security.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you're
got
right.
it.
Yes, you're right. Yep.
It's Homeland Security. He created the U.S. Federal
US
Department.
Federal
Or the
Department.
president hasn't
Because
done
of
anything.
9/11.
I remember now.
You know, the reason
Yeah, I thought
why
it was Doge.
the problem from what I'm having is like I don't really remember much of Obama's policy because I didn't follow politics.
Yeah, you didn't.
It's
do
only
much
after
anyway.
2016 and forward that I'm.
Same. I was here. I came in US in 2015, so
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of it.
It's,
I do read history a lot, but
but you
it
we don't-
goes
we
back
don't
to
talk
18.
about
This
these
gives
things.
you
yeah, something to learn about.
Something to learn about
Yes.
and
Yeah.
go back and also before giving knowledge to other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
We should
100%.
revise. We should know these
And
kind
you
of
know the
things.
thing
right?
is like it also teaches. Oh, it sounds great,
Yeah.
but it also just because it sounds great doesn't mean we ignore it. We need to
Yeah.
go back and research it too.
So, and who did what? Like
Yeah.
many presidents have done good things, and
Yes.
we don't know.
Yeah, the
about
little
those.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the skies between them are these other tax cuts that come in.
The Inflation Reduction Act contain historical investment in which
This is
area?
easy. This is easy.
This is easy.
This
though.
is so easy.
There are easy questions too.
Yeah. No. This one is easy because when you know.
Yeah, okay. After
Yeah, we should
2016.
read
After 2016.
This is after 2016 though.
Yeah, because it's more apparent, right?
Yeah.
So that's why.
Is it public housing, cryptocurrency,
Nah, bro, let's
clean
go
en-
for the clean energy and
education?
climate progress.
That's actually right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
I read that. I read that bill.
Points. And another one for, recently. So the Chips and Science Act was passed to boost domestic production of what? AI, semiconductors, data centers, massive storage systems. These ones are a little bit easier because these ones are just recent.
No, recent, yeah.
Recent, yeah.
Yeah.
For us, but
Yeah.
if someone who doesn't know will still find hard.
Okay,
I'm gonna
show
go
your
with
answers.
Semiconductors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you both
Semiconductors.
got it right.
because
It's semiconductors.
after team.
We ought to know this.
Yeah, if we don't know this, we shouldn't be doing a
Yeah,
facts opinion.
I'll delete my.
Okay, this one is another after 2016. So Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Acts in 2017 lowered the corporate tax rate from 35% to what percentage? This one is a little bit confusing because of the numbers. I think you guys may have known it.
I think it went down. 2017, right?
He has written his 2017.
This is the first term.
yeah, first term.
Yeah,
I think it's this.
Pawan, are you ready?
I've read about this, but
Okay, show your answers.
I went to 21%. I feel like
Okay.
it was 21%.
I'll go with his answer, but it's 21%.
Oh man.
I was really in on it at that point of time, man. I read up everything he was
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
You're doing good after 2016.
Yeah.
You fail after 2016. So what you need to do homework on is before 2016. You have to go a deep dive into
the
it.
past is already gone. I don't really care about the
No, you
past.
have to,
I
you have to.
cares about what happens in the future.
Okay, this one is also like around the same. It's
it's
like
easy.
Obama.
Bro, I think you should know this one too.
The Paris Climate Agreement signed under Obama required countries to what? Invest 10% GDP in clean, eliminate nuclear power, end coal mining by 2030, or report and reduce greenhouse gas
The only
emissions.
reason why I know this is because Trump had eliminated this, and he wanted to get out of it. And
Mhm.
we talked about it so much in the news, why it was a good thing, why he's getting out of it in his first
But check
term.
the answers carefully. You might be confused.
No, trust me. I know.
Report and reducing greenhouse gas
Oh.
emissions, invest 10% of GDP, eliminate nuclear power, end of coal mining. This might be a little bit confusing. Are you ready? With
Okay,
the
hold on
answers?
a second. So, do you want what its mission was or what the act was?
Required. So I'm guessing it's a
Required
regulation.
all the
Oh,
countries to do though.
Okay. Well, okay, this one is tricky, man. You're
Yeah,
trying to
this
get
one
me.
is
You're trying to
tricky.
get me with this one. You're trying to get me with this one.
Yeah.
It's between two answers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
between two answers.
split into.
I know what you guys are going for. It's either invest 10% in clean energy
yeah.
or report and reduce greenhouse gases.
which is one of them.
10%.
But it was only the countries that was
It's
in it,
among
right?
two.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not every country was not in it.
No. It's the Paris Climate Act, Paris,
Paris Climate Agreement.
which Trump like
He
you know,
revoked
revoked.
immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the. You know what? I'm gonna say the first one. I'm gonna go with the first one.
Okay, show your answers.
10%.
I have neither of those
End coal mining.
by
Okay.
2030.
I'll show you the correct answer though.
Yeah. I knew
Report and
that.
reduce greenhouse. It
But
was
it-
done by Obama though.
But it was also like 10%.
And
10% GDP sounds too much. They only
it was a
invest,
certain percent of GDP that goes
Okay.
in.
they only US invest 3% GDP in military. Like 10%.
10% is a lot.
It's a lot. That's a
It's
lot.
a lot of
Did I
money.
get the numbers mixed up?
Yeah,
Oh,
Uh,
dude, you are right.
yeah.
The 10% should have like
10% of a
should have told me.
GDP.
Oh my
No
God.
one invests in
Yeah.
clean energy. Man.
I was
No one even
I was
invests in-
testing Mike.
Yeah, currently
Okay.
EU is struggling to
match up
get to
with it, yeah.
5%, 3.5% actually.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
Damn.
So who signed the Civil Rights Act of this is way in the past. Now we come way in the past.
Yeah, you
1964. So who signed the Civil Rights Act? But these are really like
yeah,
like,
you should know these.
highlighted ones. Right? Don't show the answers. He might copy. Okay.
No.
Who signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964 into law outlawing segregation in public places? Segregation
that
in
guy.
public.
Lyndon B. Johnson, man.
Lyndon B.
Okay.
Johnson.
Come on,
yeah.
bro.
LBJ.
You guys got it
I
right.
learned that shit in history class.
Yeah. These are like significant
Yeah.
parts of history. You know?
Well,
These
that's
are
also
huge.
because it's taught mostly in
Yeah.
like high
History
school.
classes and
Yeah,
also.
high school,
yeah.
US history.
Okay, the next one. Which president created the Environment Protection Agency, EPA? He created the whole agency in 1970. Richard Nixon, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, Lyndon B. Johnson.
Ooh, this one is
This one is confusing, I know. Till now, the score is 1, 2, 3,
It's
4,
the answer
5,
is in the ear.
6 and 3.
Wait, hold on a second. What?
Yeah,
When did
but it's way past
did
that you
Ronald-
get confused. 1970. Who was there?
who was there in 1970? Was it Ronald Reagan?
Reagan defeated Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was in 1989 doing the Iran.
Oh yeah.
Thingy.
Then it has to be Nixon. But then Nixon also or is it Jimmy Carter? No, it's not Jimmy Carter.
Cannot be. He was a one-term president.
He's one-term president. Ronald Reagan was a two-term president, but
85.
it was after 80s.
Has to be Nixon.
Yeah, it has to be Nixon.
Okay, who are both of you? Nixon.
Lyndon B. Johnson is 1964 was the human rights, but when my only thing with Lyndon B.
So
Johnson.
1968 was when they were running the presidential campaign, and so 1969 would be the year that
Yeah,
Nixon would start,
Nixon.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be Nixon.
So
So we
you're
were
going with-
collaborating on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. But is it the right answer?
Yes.
Is it the right?
I'm
answer?
redeeming myself a little bit here with the older one.
Yeah. Because these are like
After
really.
the last one we just messed up one, I think we kind of have.
I think you guys need more knowledge between 2000 to 2015. That's
the,
it.
the latest one.
I think you're doing good with the before like the 20th century.
My
I call
my
it 20th
point with
century.
that be is like it's already set in stone, so
Yeah.
you can't really do anything. Was it?
I got it.
So, which president signed the Social Security Act into law into 1935? Who like created
Yeah.
the Social Security?
It's
Hoover.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
FDR has to
man,
be-
the best president of
Yeah.
the United
He
States
was
of
the
America.
president.
He
Yeah.
was the one who initiated the Social Security Act, which benefited a lot of people.
You know
till
what the
now.
crazy thing is?
Yeah.
Franklin D. Roosevelt
Yeah.
was a democratic socialist, and he was the best president at that time.
Yeah.
He kept getting into power because people loved his policy because he kept doing it for the people. He had a tax nominal rate of 75% for the ultra rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that helped fund Social Security, that created Social Security because he wanted to help the working class, because he was the only president to hire the most amount of like U.S. citizens for the government at that point in time during World War II.
But didn't the Great Depression,
Great Depression,
happen at that,
That
time
was
too?
because
That was not because of the president.
No,
it was
that was
Herbert
totally different.
Hoover.
It's-
He
yeah,
was right
it was the
before
one
him.
before.
He
Before
had-
him, he was the vice president, I think, right?
No.
He was
So the
the
Great Depression
sure about
happened.
that.
I think it was a different. He inherited it.
Yeah, he inherited
He
it.
inherited it, and then.
but he did good with that though.
Yeah, he did.
But that time,
So-
Second World War just like started.
So
True,
Hoover
yeah.
signed this bill which raised tariffs across the world for U.S. and that is
Decimated.
Yeah, that is the direct cause of the
Yeah.
Great Depression, as they
yeah,
say, which is why
exactly
this
Yeah.
tariff regime is also
because
not a.
these tariff
good
things,
sign.
it doesn't happen overnight.
It's a
Yeah,
What
work.
you see is
Yeah.
it happens in then 10, 15 years. So Herbert Hoover, when he had
Yeah.
passed those laws, there were so many things that happened. But Franklin D. Roosevelt, basically, let me put it this way. Franklin D. Roosevelt was so fucking good that they had to create term limits.
Yeah. 10,
Right?
10 years.
This dude always got voted in.
He was 3 times the president. So it's
even during the World War, he managed it quite properly. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
For
Yeah.
US, they benefited in
and he was suffering through polio
Yeah,
Mm.
crazy.
all through it.
that. I didn't know though.
But that goes to show like how
How
going-
resilient he was, right?
and not even that, because he understands
Empathy.
people
Yeah.
with that sickness. You know,
Yeah.
I think he was one of the best presidents of them. in our
Policy
lifetime.
emphasis on tax cuts.
Which president introduced a policy? This is the last question. I just put random.
Which president introduced a
Policy
policy on emphasizing
emphasizing-
tax cuts, deregulation, and free market principles?
This should be easy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the. I think it's this one. I wasn't it trickle down economics?
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
trickle down economics. We talked about this. Reagan.
Even though being a Republican, I think many people like give credit for him for doing these kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
he gave credit for ruining it because ultimately people they still use that talking point until the
Yeah.
early 2000s.
Reaganomics did not work clearly since
Absolutely.
1980 when 80s when he started.
It's called Reaganomics.
Yeah.
Reaganomics. Yes, a lot of money has been
Lost.
extracted from the poor and middle class
Mhm.
to the rich ones. So
Yeah.
yeah, that
Okay.
it did not work, man.
So the winner of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 right.
Oh.
That's not bad.
Yay! Who won? Who won? Who won?
You won, right?
Yay! I think you let me win though because you're
No.
like, I don't want to make him feel bad in his own show.
You got lucky in those like.
What do you mean lucky? You still have to know it. But no, it's definitely. I don't think like 2 hours is enough for us when we talk. Because once
Yeah,
we get
we
into
should-
topics of
yeah.
politics, dude, we'll like go on for hours and
know.
hours.
I know. I love how passionate you are, and
Yeah.
you bring that raw emotion to this conversation, and that's what I absolutely love.
You know what
love
it is?
about
It
this.
goes back to what you said, empathy,
Empathy. Yeah.
right? Like I
you
feel
get mad at people because they are so stupid. Should not have said that.
I do get mad at people when they're so fucking
Okay.
stupid.
Do you want to go like quickly through the next game? We have like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you wanna-
Let's do it.
Good, good, yeah.
So this one you always want to go separate
Okay.
again or jointly?
we go,
We'll see. We'll see the questions.
that is blaming us for going jointly, man.
Okay. Facts or myths?
Sorry, that.
Facts or
You
myths?
gave lots of answers. Listen to the same. This is like just like facts or opinion. So I give you one statement.
Okay.
You have to say, is it fact or is this just like a myth that
Okay,
people
okay.
believe in?
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to write it down. We can just say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You guys can say it. Richard Nixon was impeached.
Facts.
No, I don't think it was impeached. I think
Oh,
he resigned.
he resigned before he was impeached.
Myth.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Myth.
that's
Yeah, you're
right. It's a myth. He resigned
Yeah,
before he.
he's made-
Yeah, he
No, you're right.
When presidents
You nearly got it,
actually,
man.
Yeah,
when presidents actually like used to do the right thing.
yeah. Who was his
Politicians.
vice president? Ford, Jerry Ford. He just pardoned him afterwards.
Yeah.
he resigned. Jerry Ford.
He was going to
pardoned
get
him.
impeached, but he resigned.
He
before.
resigned. His VP became the president and pardoned
But
him.
the thing
for
was
federal
like
crime.
the thing was that he could have still been trialed, but then
Yeah.
he got like
Yeah.
fucking
Okay.
asshole.
That's good. That's good. So these are more focused on Iran, Russia, and the current wars happening around the world. Okay, Iran openly supports Hamas and Hezbollah, both of which opposes Israel.
This is fact.
I think it's
Is
fact.
this
fact.
fact or op?
It's
you know
fact.
what? I don't. It depends on the news source we read,
No, this
but I think
it's not a
facts.
myth.
No.
I mean, it cannot be a myth because there are established connection between the people can follow the
It's
trail
just
of
like
money.
openly. It says the word is just openly. We know they're supported, right?
Mhm.
But just
But it hasn't
the
been
word
proven.
open.
My point is, yes, we know.
We know.
Right? We're not stupid, right?
Yeah.
But my point, to answer this question, is it actually proven? Which I don't think it's proven, because I have yet to see them establish any sort of.
So what do you go for?
You know what? For some reason, I know that they do, but on a legal scale, and I don't want to around people coming after. I think it's a myth. I don't know.
I put high value on the Atlantic, Economist, the magazines who report on this, and they say
It's a fact.
Iran supports Hamas and Hezbollah.
Okay,
According
So
to those,
maybe- okay,
even
you
I'm
know what?
confused over here. Like, how openly is this like a
Yeah,
fact?
but that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's only given by.
It's
news
like
articles.
saying, see,
According to
yeah.
the news media and article, it's a fact. Though.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Israel saying,
But even I
Israel-
don't know how openly
Okay.
they have
Yeah.
shown.
it's like Israel saying Israel does not have nuclear weapons, but
Yeah, yeah.
everybody knows they have
Yeah, nuclear weapon.
nuclear
Yeah,
weapons, right?
exactly.
It's,
Yeah.
So I'd say it's facts.
Yeah.
for me.
Another one. Before the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Iran and Israel had friendly relations.
Facts.
Facts or myths?
Friendly.
Yeah, before the Islamic Revolution, because
Friendly. Oh.
before. So you're talking about the
Before.
beginning of
Before
time, right?
79.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Before,
Before
1979.
They definitely did.
Yeah, I think it's facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
Iran was under Shah.
Shah's
so
rule, yep.
Shah's rule, yes.
they recognize Israel as de facto. and even supplied oil
Yeah.
Oh,
to them.
yeah.
And not
They
even
did have
that,
that
like
relation.
the what do you call the coup d'état?
Yeah.
Of 1979. We
Yeah.
talked about that in one of our videos. I brought an entire history book there.
Yeah, I did some crazy ass research for that.
So another one. The CIA had no involvement in Iran before 1979.
Myth.
This is not even a myth at this point,
It's,
right?
it's like it's a factual thing that they were.
It happened. It's myths.
we-
Let's
No, no,
go
no,
back.
no. Hold on.
What are you going
Had
for?
no
Facts or
involvement.
myths?
It's a myth.
It's
a myth?
It's a
So
myth.
they had involvement.
Yeah, they had.
Okay. Yeah, you were right.
Yeah,
I
of
thought you were.
Dude,
No.
do you not forget that episode where I went over all of Iran's like?
So they helped orchestrate 1959 coup against
Yeah.
the Prime Minister
Yep.
Mossad.
Yep.
coup d'état.
So all of Jerusalem has always
Jerusalem.
been under Israel control since 1948.
Since 1948,
That's
all
myths.
myth.
Is this a myth or
Myth.
so? Can you give more answer to it?
What do you mean?
Like,
So
Do you-
Jerusalem has been claimed by
Why
the
it's a myth?
Palestinian Authority.
yeah.
No, it was also under Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan. Yeah.
Jordan. So,
Yeah.
so three of those countries
Yeah.
have in separate times,
In separate
ruled
times.
over it,
Before
and separate parts of
1940.
it also.
If
Yeah.
you-
Just to put in context, Israel did not exist before 1948.
1947 is
Or
is
47,
when I think
yeah.
they started, right?
So
So let's put
now for Russia and Ukraine. Russia recognized Ukraine's independence immediately in 1991 after their.
Is
it
after
a
the USS,
fact or
I think it was,
myth?
that's when USSR fell.
Yeah,
like I should
yeah.
know this.
The collapse of USSR
Yeah, that's
in
when-
December 1991.
Yeah.
So-
I guess. Yeah, I think they did because Vladimir Putin wasn't president at that point in time.
1991 December is their Independence Day. That's when
That's
Ukraine
when-
put in their constitution that they're a separate part from USSR.
Is it a fact or a
But-
myth?
But
Yeah,
I'm
that's
trying to think what the USSR position would be.
Well, USSR also collapsed at that
Russia,
point, so
yeah,
it's not really
Russia-
Russia at that point
Russians-
in time, right?
Russians.
But did they recognize Russia? Did they recognize Ukraine
I
as an
think
independent?
They might
At that point in time? At that time?
Yeah, at that time. That's the
Okay.
question.
Then they wouldn't have because they're breaking away.
I think they might have held out until Ukraine relinquished all of their nuclear weapons.
No, that was-
happened 94 and 95.
That was, I think that was, yeah, that's
I need
true
quick
too.
answer,
That's
quick
true
answer.
too. Yeah,
Sorry.
it's a-
Let's say
it's a myth.
I'll go with myth for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a fact.
Oh, okay. It was immediate.
So Moscow
Good to know.
recognized it immediately in this after December 1991.
Oh, feels like I read this. I should have
Yeah.
remembered.
It's true. Okay. So the war in Ukraine is the first time Russia and Ukraine have fought each other.
This war, you mean?
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's myths.
Myth.
That's not there is 2000,
Crimea, right?
2014. There is
Crimea.
2008 also.
They
Oh,
fought for
in Georgia,
independence
sorry.
1917 to 1921.
Yeah.
So Russia's justification for invading Ukraine in 2021 was to denazify the country. Is this a true?
This is.
Oh, that could be one
Oh wait,
of
wait.
those
What they said. What they said. is
Yeah,
one
what
of
they
those
said.
things. It could be true.
fact. That's
Yeah,
a
I
fact.
think it's a
I've
fact.
read that. I've looked at that propaganda.
I haven't.
It's a
read
propaganda.
I haven't read Russian
Denazify.
propaganda. Yeah,
It's
I think
facts,
it's going fact.
It's facts.
You would say something.
It is fact, but this whole thing is a myth.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not-
it's
Yes.
it's a propaganda.
Yeah, Russia gave the justification, so that's
Yeah.
a fact. But
Yeah.
It's a fact though. But
You,
Oh,
you,
everything-
you selected myth.
yeah, I know. But this thing,
oh, this thing.
actually, there's like two answers to it.
Okay.
It's like how you look at it.
Mhm.
Right? I'm gonna do
What kind of questions are these? They're both.
Is it
both-
facts or myths? But we are providing more
I know,
knowledge to you.
Mm.
The Holodomor, 1932 to 1933, was a famine in Ukraine caused by Stalin's policy.
Yes, fact.
Is it a fact or a myth?
It's a
Fact.
fact. It has to be a fact.
Yeah.
Do you know the reason? Like any
He
like
invested-
social
Socialism?
arguments?
No, communism, not socialism.
It is extreme form of.
I
communism.
think what
Yeah.
they did was they put a lot of into like military
Mm-mm-mm.
investments instead of infrastructure and food, and that's why like people were like pretty much jailed for not working. They were
Yeah.
like treated as slaves.
It's like recognized as man-made famine. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
like by
man-made
nature
famine.
and
Yeah.
something. And historians considered it as a genocide.
It,
Yeah.
Yeah, he like purposely.
Yeah,
did
he
it.
purposely did it
Yeah.
because the population was so high.
Yeah.
Did you know Stalin killed more people than Hitler?
Really?
Yeah, that's a fact too.
How many?
I think it's
Don't
like
tell me, did he beat him by like 1 or 2, or did he beat him by a lot?
Hitler
3,
had
4
6 million.
3-4 million. I think.
Hitler was 6 million Jews. That's the
Yeah.
number.
And, no, are we counting the soldiers that also like gave up their lives?
All the
So
people.
it's
left
6 million
because
in
of him.
Holocaust.
So I know in the World War II that a lot
Yeah,
more
yeah,
than 6 million.
yeah.
Like I think
6
like-
million Holocaust only. I think
Yeah.
that's the number.
So how much is Stalin kill?
I think it was like around like
It was
think
million,
it's,
probably millions, but yeah.
3-4 million extra than Hitler.
Oh wow,
Damn.
that's
crazy.
yeah. That's the reason why.
Do you know the
the
person who caused a widespread like mass extinction and the most people killed by percentage?
like
The person?
percentage?
Yeah, throughout the history.
If
Not
it's
in
not
numbers,
Stalin.
but by percentage. The most people killed like of the entire population of the earth.
Cannot be Napoleon.
No, not
Cannot be
Napoleon.
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
Okay.
10% of the whole population.
Ooh.
He wiped out 10% of
And
the whole population.
till this
at
day,
that
he
time.
also had so many kids with all the women that I think in Asia, like whatever Asian men is there, they carry his gene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do. Everyone has like
is
some
that a fact or a myth?
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Okay, the last one. Before we end it, the Chernobyl nuclear disaster happened in Russia.
It's current Russia.
Current
Russia.
Current
Is it a fact or
It's a
myth?
myth, right? It happened in current Ukraine.
Ukraine, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a myth. So it happened in current. It was USSR though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
100%.
Chernobyl.
That's it for today. We're
All
for
right,
facts
awesome.
and myths.
So before we go, once again, I want to say thank you for coming on. I think this is long overdue. It's again 2 hours is not enough for our conversations because we can go to topic to topic to topic to topic to topic, and it doesn't end.
Yeah.
And again, both of us are definitely passionate, you know,
Yes.
about it. You know my stance and on a lot
Yeah.
of the issues and stuff.
Yes.
But I want to say, thank you for coming here today. And before I let you have the final, I have to say something to the audience. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, not only to News, Nonsense, and More, to also Facts and Opinion, which is also on YouTube. If you want to hear tidbits from Pawan and his about news, or just he has definitely more news content than us, but we're trying to get there. So we got the nonsense part down, but not the news part. But once again, thank you for coming, Pawan. So anything you'd like to say for the audience?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I was waiting for this opportunity for a long time, but it had not transpired to be. I hope to do more collaboration with you in the future.
Yeah.
And thank you all for watching this one. Please find me in Facts and Opinions. I'll request Magda and Sushanta to add my link somewhere you can find it easily. So please come join us there and also show even more love to News, Nonsense, and More. I said 80% of you have not even subscribed yet. So please, guys, do that. And there's so much left to say that I hope we do this again.
Oh yeah. This is not the only episode. We're gonna be tons more. But thank you guys.
Thank you.